I don't think of nobody, only money, give it to me. They was laughing, now it's funny how they love me. I'm a motherfucking must-see, you must be out of your mind thinking you could touch me. Go ahead and judge me, you'll never fucking budge me. Pockets getting pudgy, accomplishments getting fuzzy off how frequently they come and you know you not really wanted. Stop playing, bitch, you nothing. Don't make me show you, look. Fuck your anxiety, fuck your society. You should ride with me, we gon' mob the streets. Fuck the make-believe, we gon' make the peace. You just wait and see, we're taking everything.
Hola. There's the feedback. Just for everybody's ears.
It's not a Tuesday without feedback.
Right? I thought I had it figured out tonight, but I guess not. That's all good. All right. Everything sounds good. I got a song queued up. I've been streaming on YouTube for 3 minutes already. Unexpectedly, but at least the mic was off. All right. If everybody could retweet out the space, gonna play us an opening track, and I'll see y'all back here in a minute and a half or so.
I don't think of nobody, only money, give it to me. They was laughing, now it's funny how they love me. I'm a motherfucking must-see, you must be out of your mind thinking you could touch me. Go ahead and judge me, you'll never fucking budge me. Pockets getting pudgy, accomplishments getting fuzzy off how frequently they come and you know you not really wanted. Stop playing, bitch, you nothing. Don't make me show you, look. Fuck your anxiety, fuck your society. You should ride with me, we gon' mob the streets. Fuck the make-believe, we gon' make the peace. You just wait and see, we taking everything.
If I were you, I would think about climbing on board.
WX8BK, this is the night train. It's Tuesday night. You heard the conductor. It's time to climb on board. The train is about to leave the station. I am one of your hosts this evening. My name is Bits, and hanging out with me this evening, hosting as well, is my one-wheeled man, Mr. One-Wheel Willie. How you doing, Willie?
Doing all right.
Oh, good. That's good.
Doing all right.
And one of these days, you know, as long as you don't ever say, "Oh, I'm feeling shitty," that'd be a bad start. Opening track tonight was Picante by Jay Byrne. Gonna have it pinned up at the top if anybody's interested in checking it out and maybe seeing if you can peel one of those out of somebody's hands. I highly doubt it. He's got pretty dedicated collectors. Got a great show for you this evening. We are here every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. riding this train, interviewing artists about the art and the journey. Coming up for you in just a little bit, we have tonight's guest. Will be up here shortly. TJHINOZ is how I've been saying it, or at Rio Chino. And I'm sure if I said either of those things wrong, we're going to get corrected later on. So we'll figure that out. It's part of having the guests on, right? Learning how to say names, and sometimes I've been surprised. I've been right. Occasionally. Doesn't happen very often. Just because we are here every Tuesday night at 9 p.m., next week we have Mikey Wilson is going to be our guest artist next week. So if you want to, we'll get that up there so you can pin it and hit the reminder so you make sure you're here for that one. A wonderful artist, a wonderful collector. Going to be some great conversation from that next week as well. For sure. Well,
Yeah, he's got quite the story.
Yeah, apparently so. We heard a tidbit of it a couple weeks back there.
Yeah.
Very excited for that. Sorry, I'm a little out of breath. I was running around getting things ready here, and I was mucking around with the mixing board and stuff this weekend, so I was making sure everything was good. And then, of course, the dog wanted out right at the last second. But, yeah,
Those damn
dogs. Got some good stuff going on tonight. We're going to have Pop Lazarus up here in just a few moments to do the wheel spins for the Festivus Tezpol piece that he's got going on. If any of you if any of you burnt some Greg tokens or some Brain tokens and got yourself an entry onto the wheel, this is what we're going to be spinning the wheel for tonight, and we're going to do that live and on the air because that's how we like to do it here at the Night Train. Anything to make it a little bit more special than it already is, right?
That's right.
For sure. I don't really have anything on my list to talk about tonight. It's Lily White. She's not in here. It's Lily White's birthday today. I'm going to pin up at the top there. She created a cool little birthday piece that she's offered out for 0.1 Tez. And I highly recommend everybody go and pick one up. Just show a little bit of birthday support and love. But, of course, it's not coming up for me. Oh, it's right. It's because it's not at Lily White. It's Arblab. Right? Yeah, it is. There we are. So I'm going to pin that up at the top. Also found out today that Laser Lou is going to be featured in a planetarium down in Kansas City. I don't remember the date off the top of my head. I'll have to look that up in just a few minutes after I pin this up to the top. But that's pretty badass. And if anybody knows Laser Lou's art, you know that Laser Lou is definitely meant to be in a planetarium up on that domed roof. So that's going to be pretty badass. I wish I could make it down there for that, but don't think that's going to happen.
Happening things going on in Kansas City.
Right? I know. Paper Buddha moves down there and shit gets wild. Oh, there we go. I pinned that piece up at the top there. If anybody's interested in that, pick up Lily White's birthday piece up at the top there. Nice little dragon, some fireworks going off in the corner there. Beautiful. I was trying to find the J Burn post. There we are. Okay, getting myself all straight in here. Yeah, that's all I really had. There probably some greater things have happened in the world that I could mention, but it's not popping into my head. It's wintertime here in Canada. It's too cold to think.
Yeah, I think that's kind of where everybody's at right now. You know, got cold spells going all through the U.S. and everyone's just freezing.
It's just freezing. We're out of the polar vortex. The polar vortex is over up here, but now we're getting slammed with some snow today, and tomorrow. So that's you trade one thing in for another, I guess. And we all choose to live here. I guess I could move somewhere warm if I wanted to, right? I mean, for real. But
yeah, like moving next to the airport and then complaining about the planes, right?
I do live across the street from the airport, and I'm not going to complain about the planes, but there are people here that do. Yeah, right? Exactly, right? Exactly. Well, I didn't really move here. I didn't have much of a choice. That's where I was born. But, yeah, that's all good.
You're born next to an airport?
It's all good. Yep, next to the airport.
That seems weird.
Absolutely, man. What?
That seems weird. Learn something new every day.
Yeah, there you go. That's 100%. Have you got anything you wanted to chat about before we get to our Wheel of Fortune spins?
I don't, man. Wow. I don't have anything. I'm waiting on my physicals from Cats Will Eat You from last week, and that's about it.
Oh, that's cool. So you did end up getting the second one there?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
you
So, and I figured I'm gonna try to 3D print a mount for the frame so that you can like hand crank it
cool.
so that it'll spin because it's
Yeah, yeah.
um I forget the name of it, stereo something or video. I don't remember what it's
Yeah,
called, but
I don't, and it wasn't stereo anything, but yeah, I don't remember what it was either. I couldn't say it. He said it. He said it however many times, and I couldn't say it and didn't understand it then. But anyways, the spinny arty thing that he made that was really
yeah,
fucking cool.
yeah. So when it's stationary, it's got an AR element, and then I'll be able to hand crank
Hmm.
it so it'll spin on the wall too. I think it's if I can get it worked out right, I think it'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, really dope space last week. Cats will eat you, an amazing artist, and we had a really great conversation, and the art is amazing too. Well worth a listen if you're interested in the art thing, which I'm assuming you are because you all are here, and that's what we do here. So you can check it out. Of course, you can find it on Twitter, and also you can go up into our the WX8BK profile. And the link to our YouTube channel is up there, and you can go up there and find some of our archived spaces. I won't be saying all of our archived spaces because I've started looking in the last couple of weeks, and we're actually we're missing a few. There's like 40 something up there, but we definitely have more than that. So I'm gonna keep getting those up there. But
Yeah, mostly a lot of the really older stuff because we do it live on YouTube now, so it just goes up automatically.
yeah, a lot of the old
So
stuff before we started doing YouTube.
after tonight's space will be up there.
Absolutely, it will be. We're up there right now. We're doing our thing. Maybe we've got people over there viewing. I don't know. Who knows? It's crazy. But yeah, I'm sure once we go, I'm sure there's things that we're missing today. There's been amazing things happening this week. I'm sure of it. But we're here for the now. We're here to spin a wheel. We're here to talk to our guest artist tonight, and that's what we're doing. We're riding the night train. It's what we do. It's how we roll. It's how we roll.
Yeah, that's all I got. Let's get to it.
All right. Well, let's bring P. Laz up. Where's Mr. Pop Lazarus down there? We'll get him up here. Invite him up to speak. We'll do these wheel spins, and then we'll get into the nitty gritty of interviewing. I'm digging it. Pop Lazarus was a past guest on our space, and he's actually been one of our only guests who we've spoken to twice in an interview.
Was he our first guest or our second guest? It was really early. Like,
I don't remember.
I think I was the first one.
Well, damn.
yeah,
Maybe
I don't remember. It might have been.
Let's go with it.
Might have been like the first official at least.
Let's go with that. Let's go with that. Sure, make him the first. Hell yeah. Let's
But he's been a friend ever since.
Absolutely, and Pop Lazarus always take advantage. All of our guests that we have on, we always offer our platform for their use in any way, shape, or form that we can be of help in the future. And Pop Lazarus has come on here and to promote things and to do wheel spins and hang out with us and tell us what's going on a few times over the last couple of years, and takes full advantage of the WX8BK airwaves, and we love it. We appreciate that he has confidence in us. Right.
I mean, I love being on here, and I would encourage any artist that's out there, if you got something interesting going on, this is a great space to do it because it's like super chill. You got great hosts, and yeah, it's a good time. So I pinned up the piece that I'm going to be minting tonight, and I just had like some utility plays that people could do. So basically, anybody that wanted to try to get the piece I'm going to be raffling off 2 for free, 3 for 4 TES, I think it is, and then 4 for 6 TES. And ended up getting 10 forms sent in, and the wheel has 30.
Wow, 10 forms and 30 spaces. That's rowdy. Oh, did we lose?
Did we lose him?
Yeah, he dropped down there. He just faded away. That's all right. He'll be back up very shortly. Requesting to get back up here as a speaker. Oh, and we'd like to welcome up to the stage Pop Lazarus. Yay! do 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 do. Oh no, he's having technical difficulties. I think maybe.
It's usually me at the beginning.
I know you've been pretty good last couple of spaces. I think.
Well, try not to jinx it. Okay, I think we got him back now.
Earth to Pop Lazarus. Oh man.
All right, for welcoming me back. Yeah, I don't know. There was just like a little hiccup there.
That's all right. We'll put a commercial break in there.
All right. Well, without much further ado, I will start spinning the wheel. And since you guys won't be able to see it, I'll just like narrate while it's going.
Just tell me when I hit it, because I need that piece.
Yeah. I'm getting the 2 free, man.
All right. Yeah, we'll see. We're about to find. So we got 2 for free, and the first spin is going right now.
I love it.
Humans of the Universe ended up
man.
winning a free edition.
Damn.
Congratulations.
Yay, humans. Humans not in here tonight, but
Well, I couldn't post a link in there because I got booted out of the game show.
oh, dude, that was rough.
We're spinning again, and it's slowing down on Santa Fe NFT ended up winning one.
Hey, Santa Fe NFT. That's you do work with Santa Fe, don't you? Do you have a project going on over there or something? You were working.
Yeah. We're like working on doing a PFP project in the next couple months.
Cool.
So,
Right on. Couple of lucky contestants
All
got
right.
some free ones there.
Can you guys still hear me? My
Yeah.
computer's acting a little funky.
Yeah,
Yep.
you're good. Keep that wheel spinning.
Spin.
All right.
Spin the black circle.
So this will be the first one of the.
Oh, lost him again. Man, Pop Lazarus got internet through a potato tonight.
Internet through a potato.
Oh, damn.
That might be racist to the Irish people. I don't know. They haven't been in a while, so.
True enough.
Again.
Hey, we got you, man.
All right. So the first one for Fortes ended up on Bits.
Yay! That's me.
Yeah.
Hey, I know that guy.
Yeah, I know that guy. He's a host on WXAPK's Night Train.
And actually, in a strange twist of events, the second one for Fortes also landed on Biz.
Yeah, that's
Hey,
how
now
we
I think
do
it's
it up in
rigged.
here.
All right, and now we've got one more for Fortes, and it is landing on. What the heck? Bits ended up hitting a third time.
Are you freaking kidding me? That's ridiculous.
I'll be putting up the video of it later to kind of prove that it is a wheel. But
Well,
yeah, I don't know. I've seen stranger things happen.
if anybody know, it's been a long time since we really had a wheel going on of any sort, but if anybody has known Bits for any period of time, y'all know that I can win wheels like the best of them. I whoop ass at wheels. I've been training all my life.
What was the quote? There used to be a quote, something about you hitting all the giveaways.
Oh shit! What was that?
It's been a while. I forgot what it said
that was the mayor that I had that soundbite from. I forgot about that. I don't remember. Well, that was all of my.
I just always remember that Bits loves a good wheel.
Hell yeah!
But
yeah.
I don't know if that was the catchphrase. It actually almost landed on Bits again. But is it TJHINOZ, right?
Oh yeah.
Is the right way to say her name?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So she ended up getting the first one for 6 Tez. And we've got 3 more spins to go here. And Texadelic ended up winning one.
I'm getting nervous now. I'm starting to get nervous. I might
Crypto Rick just won one.
Might have to give an offer into bits.
Yeah.
See if I can pry one out of his hands.
One wheel.
You know, I'm a pretty big Pop Lazarus collector, so it's going to be tough, you know.
And the last one goes to the Hissins.
Oh, wow. The Canadians are cleaning up tonight on the wheel.
Are you gonna mint a couple for primary sale?
Yeah, I'm gonna put a few up for like 10 Tez. So there will be some available for anybody who wants to just like jump in and buy one in the old-fashioned object way.
All right, very cool.
Awesome. That was awesome. Thank you for doing that, man. Really stoked. Just, it's kind of funny.
Heck yeah.
It's kind of funny to sit here. Sorry, I'm on 2 phones right now, messing around. I was gonna say it's funny to be happy about winning the right to purchase something. I don't know. It kind of seems strange,
Well,
doesn't it?
I mean, you know, when demand is high and supply is short,
right?
And that's the only way to get something.
And so's the guy that won it. I'm short too. So. Awesome. That is really killer. Well, if anybody is interested in, you know, maybe purchasing one of those, you know, and jumping on board with the Pop Lazarus and his collection, I definitely highly recommend you do. Oh, and he lost. He just dropped out of there. That's all right. We appreciate doing the giveaway and hearing my name 3 times. That was totally awesome. I'm stoked on that, man. Fuck, it's been a long time since I had a wheel, man. It's been a long time since I've done a wheel, and it's good to know that I still got it, you know? I didn't even stretch out before that wheel either. Like, I just did that cold.
Well, it's good to know that I'm still batting 0 on most wheels I come across.
No hit Willie. Oh, dude. All right. Well, thanks, P-Laz. We appreciate that very much. And I guess I'm going to have to load up some Tez and make some purchases and maybe work out some deals with some folk. You talk to me in the background, Willie. We'll see if we can work something out for you.
Yeah, I'm gonna snag one off primary there.
Yeah.
I was already kind of preparing for that, so.
Oh, there you go. Fine. Then you don't get one of mine then. My dog's outside. He's being a pain in the ass tonight. Cool. Well, alrighty then. That was exciting. I don't know what to say. 3 in a row. I think I did. I think I burnt 2 Gregs and a brain or something like that. And then there was the bonus entry for owning one of the Bowies as well. So I think I had 4 entries. Anyways, that was intense. Whew. Just like I'm out of breath, like shaking here. So amazing. You still got that nasty cough, eh? That's crap.
Yeah, I got some COVID hangover there.
All right, okay.
Lingering COVID.
That's horrible. All right, I'm on the WX8BK, and I'm gonna walk and let my dog in before I got. So I don't know, Willie, if you want to chat a little bit about how you discovered our guest, and we'll bring our guest up.
Yeah, I don't remember. It's been so long since I've been a fan, and try to collect as much as I can. But yeah, I don't know. I think I maybe just either found him on somebody else's link, or maybe just saw him on the front page of Object one. I don't know, but just immediately mesmerized by his work there, by TJHINOZ's work there. So kind of one of those where I'm like, nah, he'll never talk to us. And then I just reached out. So thankfully he said yes, and that's all I got. So welcome to the show.
So I'm on now.
Yeah,
Okay,
how you
can you
doing?
hear me? Doing good, doing good. Thanks, Willie. And thank you for inviting me here.
Absolutely, our pleasure. Willie's fanboying out. He's a little bit nervous to talk to you tonight, so we'll have to give him.
No, that's a lie. That's a lie.
It's
No, it's for real. I'm like, man, I don't know. It's your work is like I say, it's so mesmerizing that
Thank you,
I
man.
just I don't even know what to say.
all right. Well, we'll find out tonight, Willie. We'll either find out if he's just an amazing artist or maybe a god, right? Maybe you never know. Cool. Well, welcome to the show. Welcome to the space. Thanks for coming. I'm glad Willie reached out to you, and we're really stoked to have you on tonight and have a little conversation with you. If you don't mind, could you just give us a little bit of an introduction?
Yeah. So you can call me PJ for easy
Okay.
to make it easy. And it's morning actually for me here. So a good evening to you
Oh, well, good
guys
morning.
and everyone. Yeah, it's nine a.m. actually here.
Oh,
Like so we are like a whole world, other side of the world. Uh,
and where
yeah,
are where are you?
what?
Sorry.
I'm in Indonesia.
Oh, okay. All
Yeah, so it's like I just woke up and it's having my coffee now.
right. Nice.
So you can call me TJ, and I don't know how to introduce myself actually. Like I'm just one of those minters on pesos, I think, on object. Well, since hand actually, yeah. So it's a fun test, and I do some. Mm, mainly my works on Tezos is based on stereoscopic thing, gift, and I also do digital paintings and stuff like that. And I actually work as a graphic designer and game designer in real life. So yeah, and I've been on object. I've been on Tez for like almost for like 2 years I think since hand time, and yeah, I think that's about it.
Okay.
What do you guys
No, no,
what
that's
should
great.
I say?
That's awesome. That's great. That's an introduction. We love that. Okay, TJ. We can just call you TJ. I like that. All right. Um,
Yeah.
and it is just because I wanted to clear it up. So is it TJHINOZ? Is it he knows or is it HINOZ? Do you say that some different way, or is it
Okay. So it's actually like an old spelling of Indonesian language.
okay?
So TJ actually writes as C. So it's actually Chinos
Oh,
because it is
cool.
Oh,
yeah, but it's like some old spelling of Indonesian language, and I use this name like since high school I think for game IDs and like most people in crypto, like some online things. So yeah, that's how it gets stuck.
That's cool. I like learning new things like that because I know when we do talk. I mean, it's fine when we talk to people that live in North America. Us lazy English speaking people, like our names, everything we read is pretty much how it is, right? If you read it on the screen, that's how it is. And so it's really cool to hear. I knew there had to be something more to how that was said, and I was right. So TJ is CH. Interesting.
Yeah, it's C actually.
That's cool. Um, Damn it, my dog. Sorry, my dog got all caught up in my headphone wires. Man, this dog really knows how to get to me tonight. Rolo, go play in traffic or something. No, just kidding. Um, okay, cool. So you're in the future. It's Wednesday morning. Right on.
Yeah, true. I'm on the English.
Cool. Future from the future. So as an artist, when you were growing up, when you were in school, were you always into art? Were you always interested in doing art?
Yeah, yeah. Actually, I think I start drawing since elementary school. Yeah, I mean, like, I think I've been doing drawings and stuff like that. And in high school also, like, I do some oil painting, like in the art club things. And then I actually go to college to I major in art school in the graphic design actually, and ended up in advertising a little bit. And yeah, and still going. I think because yeah, I think uh, I'm sorry, my English not
No,
sometimes
it's
I
fine.
lost what to say.
No, no
And
worries. It's absolutely fine.
so in other than NFTs, I also do like book covers and stuff. So
Oh,
yeah, I
okay.
think it's been all
So that's part of the book covers. That's part of the graphic design. That's part of your job.
yeah,
Okay,
some book covers, some other stuff like websites and things like that.
cool. Do you work for a company or is that your own company that you
Yeah, I work for a company.
okay.
Actually, work for two companies now. Actually, since I just recently started another new jobs, but both of them are like remote things. So I work at home mostly.
Nice. That's what everybody wants.
Yeah, that's the dream.
Right? Absolutely.
Yeah, working from home rules.
Yeah. I can't bring the trucks home, so I can't work at home.
Oh, you're in the truck in this? What you do trucks?
I'm a mechanic. I do work on big
Ah,
trucks, yes.
okay.
Yeah. The neighbors would get mad if I brought my work home. Definitely wouldn't fit in my office, that's for sure. um,
Need a bigger office.
yeah, for sure. So you did a little bit of you said you did some oil painting when you were in high school.
Uh-huh.
Do you ever
Yeah.
do it? Do you still do some of that kind of stuff or do you not have the time for that anymore or just don't?
Not really. I think I'm just too lazy for physical works. Like oil painting is a lot of mess, man.
Right? Very
Yeah.
true.
Like also maybe some a little bit of watercolors here and there, but
Mhm.
not so much physical stuff anymore because since I started working on graphic design, so mostly on the digital stuff
Right.
now.
Right. So that was so you loved doing the art. You grew up doing the art, and then got into graphic design. It was did you ever think about doing anything else, or that was your path and that's where you wanted to go? You were sure of it.
Oh no, I actually kind of like disappoint some people when I choose to go to art school.
Oh,
Yeah, because I got accepted in like three other different schools. Also like law major and pharmacy and biotechnology, and then the art school also. So
wow.
some people in the family can expect me to go to the pharmacy one or the because I do pretty good in those kind of like biology and chemistry things back then in high school. Not anymore now because so yeah, I think that's kind of like one of the options. But I do love doing stuff like that. Like my school desk and school uniform kind of like mess because we draw on them, like my shirt and stuff like that. And making t-shirts on in high school, and then I don't know, I think I think that's the dream. Like doing stuffs at work and just making stuffs up, making things up. It's like I don't know. I think it's the best,
Yeah, well, it gets the
and I never regretted that.
yeah, it kind of stuff gets the creativity out. Gotta love it. I mean, it is
Hmm.
the dream. It is.
A
I
lot
mean,
of fun.
yeah, and so many people want try and work so hard for long times to try and be able to do that for a living. Heck yeah.
Hmm.
Well, you're a smart dude, obviously. You sound like you're way smarter than I was in school. That's for sure. They were
Yeah, I think I do pretty good with academic stuff. Like also in art, even in art school, like my best classes is all mostly like theory stuff. You know.
hmm,
Yeah, no, just a little bit better, bit good of memory and yeah.
s-
Does like that being good at like biology and chemistry and that kind of stuff, does that have any kind of influence on your art? I mean, you have a lot of like skulls and faces and kind of things in your art. So did that kind of
Oh
bleed
yeah.
over a little bit?
Uh-huh. I think so. I think so. I think like I like doing creatures and stuff like that. Like I do love still love like nature documentary and stuff like that. Also like animals and plants. I think I still do some have a lot of interest in there. And also it's kind of yeah, you can say it bleeds in my work, but maybe not that obvious, but for
Yeah.
sure like
Do you kind of strive for like accuracy, like like anatomical accuracy? In I mean, obviously there a lot of them are made up creatures, but do you like is that kind of
yeah. I think at some point yes, maybe because uh but not also like in a realistic way because I like to see this the kind of works that I'm doing now is like fantasy stuff, because like I like to reimagine. Maybe you can say like reimagining things like so like one of the last pieces I made called Locus 13. It's kind of like a cell stuff.
yeah.
There's this work that I made for some collectors. I send like limited edition stuff to collectors of a whole season of the series of the one I'm currently working on test, and so they got this. So that piece was kind of like inspired by some cellular things. Also, locus 13. The name also came from like the locus is a part of the brain. You can find the blue locus, I think.
Is that on? Is that? Did you mint that on Tezos?
Yeah,
I'm trying to find it, but I
I
don't know where I can.
did the one on Texas. I think it's like last August or September, I think.
I'll find it. I'm
That's
scrolling. I'll find it.
the I'm looking at it like the fourth works on the created page, the living breathing locus 13.
Object is very slow for me. I don't know if anybody else has noticed this, but like Object, ever since they've changed it, man, it freezes up for me all the time now.
Oh really?
Really
It
gets
looks
annoying.
better. It looks better on mine, man.
Oh yeah, you like it better? Okay, well that's cool.
Yeah.
That's good to
No, no,
hear.
no. I mean, it works better, but I don't really like the new layout. But the whole loading things got faster
That's
for me.
interesting. I have nothing but issues with it lately. Like whether I'm on my phone, my iPad, or the computer, it just seems to not like me. But anyways, I'm sure it'll get
You're
better.
using
Maybe it's
Are you
me.
using Apple?
Am I using which? Sorry.
Apple?
Yes.
Yeah, I guess it's window optimized then.
Ah,
It works better for me.
well, that means it'll
Possible.
crash eventually. It's probably. Yeah. All right.
It's possible.
Probably.
Let's not get into the Apple argument now. Um, so how do just to touch it like so how did you get into NFTs? How did you discover the whole NFT thing and that you should start doing your art for that and minting it?
I think it's the other way around for me. I got interested because I was into crypto first. So
Okay.
yeah, already into crypto since 2015 around that.
Oh wow.
So I was a Bitcoiner, like kind of like a maxi Bitcoin maxi back then, because there was nothing else back then. There was also like only BTC
Yeah,
and
there weren't a
Ether.
whole lot of altcoins back
Yeah.
then, right? You, you had ETH,
Hmm.
but not much else. Not a whole lot of forks and altcoins.
Hmm. Yeah. So I was into Bitcoin first, and then crypto, and then NFT. So I was also like kind of like follow the whole thing of crypto kitties and the punk and stuff like that also back then. And I think the only back I wasn't minting because like the it gas fee is never reasonable. So yeah, when pesos came out and hand came out and all the stuff that were going like especially good for people who doesn't want to burn the gas fee of it, right?
Yes.
And some friends also got into it, and yeah, they kind of some of them asked me also like about how to make the wallet and stuff like that because they know I was already into crypto since way back since 2015, and some artist friends from art school also like asking how to mint and buy the coin. And well, I was actually on hand first. Firstly, I was kind of like collecting only, and then started minting some old work before I actually got into it, like wholly got into it and make some new works made especially for to mint, especially to mint on NFT.
And you minted on it. You've minted a little bit on Ethereum too as well, right?
Yeah, foundation.
Right.
Yeah, after I got some tests, like and got some it, and yeah, some people asked me to mint on it also if I, so I ended up minting when the gas. That was a good time, the when the price was low.
The pieces that you have on Foundation, I'm just trying to click on them right now. They're not animated though, are they? Oh yeah, they are too. Never mind. They
Yeah,
are.
yeah,
They
they're
are.
kind of all.
I think I saw earlier there's one static piece on it. Is that right?
I get some static piece also on object like on test. Yeah, I don't always do the animated.
So when you're just kind of get into a little bit into your process. So when you're creating, what's your go-to tools? What do you use? You're just on your computer, or do you use tablet?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm on Photoshop actually, on with an old stylus, Wacom,
Oh yeah.
and yeah, only Photoshop. All of the animation things done in Photoshop.
You don't hear that very often anymore. We talk to quite a few artists, and you don't hear a lot of folks that that use Photoshop anymore. Like,
And it's like 2016 Photoshop. I haven't got the new ones also. So
Keeping it free
yeah,
though.
it doesn't really work.
No, I'm not paying that monthly garbage.
Yes, I'm not paying the subscription fee, so
eh,
I'm using my old hard copy Photoshop
Yeah, there you
still.
go.
it's probably one of the last in existence. Actually, there's probably a lot of people using that. If you're still using it, nobody wants to pay those fees every month.
I got a couple discs of 2 and 3 laying around still.
I love that. That's hilarious. It's
Mhm.
Photoshop. The good old days, because we always talk about it how, back in the day, nobody paid for Photoshop back in the day, ever.
Yeah, I think it's weird, man. The subscription thing. Now that not, it's kind of reasonable, but also like, yeah, that's. But Photoshop is still has a pretty good price. Adobe Corel. I use Corel since Corel Draw since high school, and it's like the subscription fee is like $300 now a year
Wow.
if you want the original one. Kind
It,
of like a ridiculous
it's
price, I think, for something that's got a lot of bugs.
right.
Corel Draw is good. Yeah,
Corel Draw.
things good. I
Have you?
still use my old one, so also because I think I like the whole like simple stuff. I don't do a lot of like effects or anything, right? Or I just scribble on them.
It's funny. It's funny when just how you said it there, but I'm looking at your stuff and going like it's beyond belief. It's amazing, and just some scribbles.
Yeah.
I mean, they're all scribbles, like manual scribbles, right? We just maybe changing the colors, like.
Yeah, I'd hate to see what you could do with a copy of Blender.
Right.
Oh, I'm actually trying out Blender now. I think it's really it's a lot of fun. But I haven't got any that clicks like, oh, this is what I want to mean. There's some I don't know, some experiments.
Okay, so now I got to ask the big burning question. And I'm just going to have to ask it right off the bat. So the stereoscopic illusion that you create. I mean, you're not designing these in 3 dimensions, right? Like this is all 2 dimensional drawings. Am I correct?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
then,
They're all two-dimensional drawings.
so then, how are you getting the movement? How are you creating that stereoscopic style that you tend to have in all of these?
Oh, I just do some frame by frame placement. So you can actually get that effect from like placing them slightly to the left or to the right, up, upwards or downwards, kind of like that. It's actually like an old technique from photography, this kind of stereoscopic thing. It was like 1800 things, actually, like 1890s, I think. And we still got them. And it's actually kind of goes digital when we got gifts back then.
Right.
So yeah,
How,
it's an old
so how many
and
how
yeah.
many how many frames like on average are in one of your pieces?
So they're mostly based on four, like multiples of four, because I need. So you see, like the simplest way to think of stereoscopics, like uh, some things that goes one direction is actually closer, and so the other direction will be further away. So I need them both to go like on one side and to the other side, like changing. So I need like 4 frames in the middle, left, back to the middle, and then go to the right. And then I just add more frames if I want them to have like animated like light or stuff like that, and do them manually. Like this frame, I want them to be more bright. This frame, I want the eyes to move. So it's always multiples of 4.
That's interesting.
Okay.
It's it's crazy because I mean to wrap your head around it. Like when I look at these and I like how you're moving the background independently from the foreground, right? Like you said, closer things going one way, things further
Yeah.
away the other way. And I mean, it's like just by you describing it, it made it seem so simple, but it's still like I'm kind of not wrapping my head around it. I got to try it for myself, I guess, is what I
You
need
gotta
to do.
try it. It's really easy actually in principle. Like, you know, when you got the whole thing.
Well, how did you like first discover stereoscopic and like decide that that's kind of a medium that you want to work in?
Okay. I think actually I was in graphic design, right? So we learned about one of the early pioneers of actually movies. It ended up as movie. It's like motion graphic thing where so this guy called Muybridge, Edward Muybridge is like I don't know how to read Muybridge. So he got like uh the if you ever see a gif of running horse, I don't know if you ever seen it. So
No, I don't think so.
he did some photographs of animals and humans in frames in sequential frames. That's like type the earliest stop motion, I think. So this guy got famous for that. He got a whole book of photographs of that motion stop motions. That's like the first time we ever recorded actual movements of animals and people, like frame by frame. So it's like a big thing also in biology and uh, like locomotor. I think it's called locomotor thing, something like that in Latin or something like that. And but he also is into stereoscopic photography. So he sells these photographs of like lighthouse in stereoscopic effect. You need actually a kind of like a special device to see the photo, but the photo will end up like kind of like the 3D one we have also today, like the one on movies and theaters and like some supernet photos.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of like the one that got me into it. It's like the early time of my school
Yeah, the
time.
the the old
So,
viewers were kind of like, if I'm remembering correctly, the old viewers were kind of like a what the heck's it called? Fisher Price made it, where it was like
View,
the
yeah, it's like you got
Viewmaster.
two photos, left and
yeah,
right, and yeah,
and they're side
the
by side,
viewer,
and then the lenses
yeah,
kind of converge on your eyes so that they
the viewer kind of like make them into one pictures, and you see
yeah
them.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
Willie, that Edward Muybridge, or however you do say his last name. I didn't even know that was his last name. I just knew it was Edward. But you've seen that. It's a very common running horse. It's like the old one where they had, like, it used to be, he had it inside of a, like a wheel with slots in it to spin it. It's a very,
yeah.
if you saw the piece, yeah, it's a very, very common piece. And I actually think that he did that piece. It was to settle a bet whether a horse lifted its feet, all of its hooves, off the ground.
Yeah. Is there a time where all of the feet are up in the air?
Yeah,
That's kind of like the thing he wants to discover.
yeah. No, that his book is really cool with all the different stuff that's been done in there.
It's, yeah, it's the best. Man. You can actually see a lot of those pictures out there. Also, people have been using it as reference and tracing them. Stuff. It's actually like a part of an animation class. Also, if you got into one, getting to know about this guy.
So like, were you just like completely fascinated by it when you learned about it, and were like, yeah, I need to do some of that.
Yeah, I also saw, I also saw some people doing it on GIF, right, with the photographs, and then I ended up searching up about it, and some artists actually done it way long time ago. Like there's this guy called, okay, I'm looking up. There's a tribute. One of my piece was a tribute to this guy called Dain Fagerholm. You can also search it up in Google. Also like Dain Daim Fagerholm. So this guy's like, he's done white and black and white GIF, stereoscopic GIF. So and I was fascinated by that guy actually in terms of like how cool the drawings are, like black, always black and white, but he used those stereoscopic effects to some degree to make them look 3D. And then yeah, cute illustrations and creatures and stuff like that, like where the wild things are kind of style. And yeah, I was fascinated by this guy's work, like Dain Fagerholm. I found him on Tumblr, I think. So I was a Tumblr user also back then, like, and I see them and I think I can figure out how to do this, and so I tried it out for fun at first. And yeah, when I got into it, I feel like trying out some approaches that or some styles that to work on. I ended up trying it out with this one.
It adds such an extra dimension to your works of art. Like I was saying to Willie the other night when I was looking at your stuff, I was like, man, like this is really cool shit. And it's not even, and even if you take away the stereographic element to it, like your pieces are really, really awesome. Like there's stuff going on in your mind. That's obvious.
Thank you, man.
um how long does it typically take you to do? I mean, I'm sure I know it's hard to say, well, it takes me 20 hours to do them usually, but like what's a typical one take you? How long does it usually take you to do a piece?
I think mostly like the ones I made on object maybe like 30 hours. 30 hours, I think.
Okay.
30.
For sure. Oh, sorry, I'm getting a little memorized.
That's a long time.
It is.
Yeah, I usually do them like in part, like because I work also in office, right? So I usually do them at night, like 5 hours a night maybe. So like a whole week to get it done.
It's a lot of work. Just kind of going back. Oh, fucking object slowing me down. Object is slowing me down. I might have to reach under the desk here and grab my old laptop, fire up Windows, but that'll take 12 hours. So No, thanks.
Yeah.
Your stuff is very there's a lot of consistency, but there's occasional pieces in here that I've looked at, and it's like they look very different than a lot of the stuff you did. I'm trying to find out something like when you look in the Immortal Faces, I think it was, or Immortal
Mm-hmm.
Face, right? And there's like a tiger that you did and stuff like that. It and very very different.
Different.
It was just because of. Is it just because that was the collection you were doing at the time and that's what you were feeling, or I don't know, they just jump out
Yeah,
at me.
yeah, yeah. Kind of like I got several series going on actually.
Okay.
So the first ones, like the first, I think the first row was kind of like the old works from the like the first piece I minted through to the fifth one, the bird one, the back to sleep. Actually, oh, they are actually old works, like stuff I made way before I got into the NFT, and then
Okay.
I decided to move
So it was stuff you kind of already had done sitting on a hard drive, and you're like, oh, let's mint this and see where it goes.
them.
Kind of.
Yeah, kind of like that. I got a lot of stuff in hard disk also, like from old, way old back, like high school also.
That's cool. You don't not a lot of people get to mint their older stuff, or not a lot of people do mint older stuff that they had long before they got into NFTs, or at least a lot of the top people we've talked to, anyways.
Yeah, I think that's because in the beginning I wasn't really like into. Okay, I'm gonna start a series. Or I'm gonna start minting consistently. Just oh, I'm gonna try mint this one. I just do this, and it's not really for anyone. Like not a commission piece or anything like that. So I'm free to mint it. So I just try it one, and then it sells like one or two editions, and then I minted another one, and then it sells like three editions, and then it goes like, oh, I still got this worth. It's also, I think I want to mint it, and then it goes on. And the Immortal Face is actually like the first time I think I want to try to make a series or something like that, and I made the Immortal Face one. So it's like all like faces or like headdress. You can say headdress or mask that we usually see in popular culture also, like but they are they actually, I try to put some longer descriptions about them in the description. It's like you've seen a lot of those diver and the gas mask thing in pop culture, but you never really like more. A lot of people I know that never really got into like looking up what's this gas mask called, where it came from.
Yeah,
And
unless
then
they use it to make a bong or something and got really weird about it.
yeah, that's the best
Right.
way to use it. Like instead of protecting you from nuclear radiation, just use it as a bomb.
Yeah. Yeah, they either had them because they were really afraid of the threat, like they were really threatened by nuclear fallout, or they were like, I don't know, showed it to my grandpa's stuff. Let's make a bong out of it.
That's
But
cool.
I think I mean, yeah, it's a really cool piece, though.
So is the
But,
plague.
like I say, it's a very iconic kind of image.
Yeah, yeah, that's actually like what's the concept behind Immortal Face in the beginning. I tried it out with two masks from Bali actually. That's one that I think I really like the mask, the traditional mask, just because I like it, those ones. And then I start doing I want to do some popular image that we know, but we never really know what they are. Like the Plague Doctor mask, and then the gas mask, the GP5, pretty popular in Cold War time. Like it got into all the pop culture. And then the diaper mask, it's called Mark 5, I think. So I enjoy browsing actually. Like so when I get into like with what's this diaper mask is called, and why is it so popular, and because it's iconic shapes and things like that. So that was the Immortal Faces. I haven't minted anymore for that series. So and then I got the other one was the nonsense series. It's actually the first one that I sold out, which is why, of course, I chose to continue working on that one, the nonsense one.
I just clicked on.
Just clicks.
I'm clicking on the nonsense one, trying to wait. Object is loading. Object is. But yeah, no, that is. I like.
So yeah, it's also all over the place because some of them are on hand, minted on hand. So
Right. It is very cool because I mean the like you said that like so many of us have seen these images a gazillion times, but nobody
mm,
like how often have we ever stopped and went, "Oh, that's what this is." I mean, it's really cool. I mean, the plague doctor one I did know. I did know about that. Just my mom because
yeah,
I wanted to be a
really.
plague doctor a long time ago. Well, sorry, I didn't want to be a plague doctor. I wanted to be a plague doctor for Halloween years ago when I was a kid, and my mom explained it to me, so I've always known that. But the diving mask, I never knew what the hell that was called, and I do now. It's art with an education. It's kind of funny how.
Uh-huh.
Oh, you tricked us into learning. God damn it.
Hate being tricked into learning.
Ah, man. I gotta go do. I'm gonna go smoke dope so I can forget that. Never mind. No, just kidding. Um, but
I'm
yeah,
gonna
no.
get open my Steam account now.
Um, yeah, no. It's really neat that you've mixed a little bit of education in with these beautiful art pieces that you've created in that collection. It's smart. I mean, anybody can just draw it because it looks cool, but to actually put a little bit of effort into it to write a little something about it that's actually true is cool. Trick those kids into learning. Trick those kids into learning. So the nonsense. You said you're still doing nonsense.
Yeah, it's still doing Nonsense. It's a season of fifth season now. It's based on, so I actually divided them into seasons to get the whole tarot major arcana things. You know, there's tar- tarot cards. Actually, there is like I forgot how many. Hold up. So it's on fifth season now. We're on the next one will be the 12 card. 12 card is Hangman. So this the nonsense was like kind of like a new series I was working on back then was like I just I think I need some anchor, you know, like the immortal face. I just pick up random stuff that I think is interesting, and also when you say it's a learning thing, I actually because I was also curious about that, you know, like oh I want to draw that gas mask that's pretty iconic, so I decided that I think I should look up what it actually is, you know, where what year it was made and stuff like that, which is why I put them in because it's just something that I usually do. Like when I draw a bat, I'm looking up about the bat shapes and anatomies. I think most people, a lot of artists also done that. So yeah, that's why I put them into the description.
Hmm.
And then when I get into nonsense, I think I need some anchor that I can. I don't have to think about what's what do I need to make next. Just what I want to make like so I choose a series of something that's already out there. The tarot card, the major arcana tarot cards is like something that's also pretty popular, and but I also never really look into it. And but it's also something interesting. I think like tarot is like what do you call it, like social science thing, something
Yeah.
like yeah, some things like we usually some people use it like a fictional way to fortune telling and stuff like that, but it's also like something like a cumulative knowledge of human kind. I think I don't know. It's kind of like far fetched, but also like it's pretty interesting. Like the tarot is like depicting human journey. I think it's not really necessarily something magical or something like anything like that. I don't really see them like that, like zodiacs and also stuff that we sometimes see as magical or like it's actually kind of also interesting because how long has it been around? like people adding stuff to them into the imagery and stuff like that, and it's kind of become like a cumulative knowledge for us. That's why I choose that. But also like I need some anchor, so I will be doing all the cards in Major Arcana Tarot, but also I'm gonna put some stuffs in between them. So we're on 5th season now, like 12 cards. We still got 3 more seasons, 5, 6, and 7.
So you,
So
how many are you doing in each season? 5 a season?
Yeah, so I do one avatar piece, the square one, the kind of like the PFP one. Also like my own PFP is part of it. Like this orange PFP, the beholder is the first.
Okay.
Kind of like it's like a season opening, a season opener, and then I do 5 pieces. 3 of them are the tarot cards, and the other 2 will be like anything I want to make. Something that's also connected to those cards. It's kind of like a story, kind of like a storytelling thing also. So it's
Okay.
like a journey. Like you go from place to place and meet with these characters or like situations in that depicts the card of those the tarot cards.
Yeah, that's cool. So where are you at in are you at the beginning of a season right now, or
Yeah.
or
We're,
or in between seasons, or?
we're at the beginning of fifth season. So the the first piece of this season, the 5th season, is already minted. It's called the Sheba piece.
Okay.
Okay. I think I can pin them on the Twitter.
And then it looks like Legacy also would be the second
Oh,
one.
so
Then?
the 5th piece is actually, yeah. So it's kind of like a lot of stuffs going on usually in the series. In total, I've already minted something like 20 something piece. But also like some of them are actually limited free edition. So those 5 piece in every season, if you collect all 5 of them at the certain time in the future, it's usually like another season. After another season has end, I will mint something free for people who are holding those complete sets of a season.
Oh, gotcha.
Okay, so you got 5 of them, and I will send you a new piece that I mint based on the number of people who are holding the complete sets. So if there are 5 people who are having those sets, I'll be in 5 editions of this new piece. The Legacy is one of those, and I send them to the collectors. So it's like first is the PFP one, and then 5 pieces of the card thing, and then free editions for the complete set collectors. But then also there is this burning mechanics I'm doing, and that's also kind of like that's like a 5 editions thing, and 4 of them are up for open to offers usually. One of them is raffled and then give it to the one of the burners, people who burn tokens. They got chance to win one free edition of 5 piece. It's like in total like 1, 5, 6, 7, 8 pieces a season for the nonsense, and we are on 4th season into 5, like 32 pieces in total for the nonsense collection. Actually.
I'd be scared to burn anything of yours.
People burn a lot of stuff.
Really?
They're usually the small, big editions, cheap kind of pieces. The first burn token I do burn mechanic with was actually the hand object for object, my object for object piece back then, when we actually do like free stuffs, and people can you actually use them as like sending pieces to one another, right, on object, if you guys will actually remember that. Were you guys around back then? I think Lily's around.
Oh, Lily was
around.
for sure.
Yeah, I wasn't around off for object for object. That's slightly before my time.
Okay.
Old man Willie.
Yeah, that was the first token I used as burn tokens. Like it was like 0.005 as that
.0005.
burn.
Cheap, cheap, cheap.
Cheap. Free.
It's very cool. Just because it popped up on my screen, I want to talk about it right now. You did this great tribute to Constant Flux, the Flux Tribe, the stamp. That's definitely one of the most stunning pieces that I've seen in your collection. Well, to me, anyways, they're all quite amazing. But what a great piece! So, what was this one for exactly? This was a project with the Flux Tribe, or of course it crashed.
Yeah. Actually, yeah. So Flux doing that with the other artists on that, right? So like he invited someone to do free drops for for his holder. So Jimmy, I think Jimmy, right? Constant is actually his actual name. So I was also one of his early holder of the Flux, one of the Flux holders also back then. I got two of them still. So yeah, we got a lot of artists on the Flux communities, right? So he usually choose one to do free drops for all the Flux Tribe holders. So he asked me to invited me to do one free drops. So I made the Constant Flux one, and then I asked him if I can do like I want to do some more of this like postage stamp thing. So I just added three artists that were part of Flux Tribe. That was Pablo, Party School, and Cliche. I made them into postage stamp.
And they're stunning.
It was a wonderful, fun piece.
Yeah, they're cool, and just like all your stuff, they're stunning. They're really cool. I do like the piece, uh, the when you have the piece with all four of the stamps together. That's a really cool piece.
Yeah, that's free, also free at free drops for people who collected four of them.
Mm-hmm. Hot commodities. They are amazing. Totally. Well, I mean, all of your stuff is a hot commodity. I don't own any of your pieces. I'm ashamed to say, but you're on my radar now. It's really funny because when Willie said, he's like, man, I got him booked. And I'm like, well, right on. Who the hell is who the hell is TJHINOZ, right? And he goes, you'll know when you see it. And then I went and checked out I'm like, I've never seen this. Why have I never seen this stuff before? I have no idea. It was a pleasant treat to find something like this. But yeah, no, you'd never crossed my radar before. And man, I'm happy that Willie was
Thanks to Willie.
into you and got you here, because
Thank you, Willie.
so special.
Yeah. It's like I say, it's just mesmerizing, man. It's probably your pieces I've probably stared at the longest out of any other GIF or infinite loop or anything like that. Like I just go, what is why is he moving? How's he? Then I go to the next one. I just get stuck there again. It's crazy.
This going home piece that you created, I wanted to ask you about that one. Can you just give us a little background on that?
Oh yeah, I forgot. What was it? What was it for? I think it was like Versum thing. So it was the first time Versum was out, I think. Man, I gotta do something on Versum. That's just like a random thing.
Yeah, because Versum tried to, or I don't know, maybe it's part of their marketing scheme or whatever, to like, I don't know, try to be a little more upscale with their art. I feel like is how they came across to me when I first found that platform. Am I the only one that kind of got that impression? Or?
I don't think I've ever cruised around Versum.
Like I just felt like they were trying to put out classier art. I don't know, as opposed to like dick baseball cards,
There you go. Fair enough.
right?
So TJ, we're classifying TJ as classier art then.
Well, yeah, I mean, a lot of the themes being like demons and monsters and stuff in a lot of your stuff. This going home piece is definitely a little more like
Gotcha. I see what you're saying.
like I'm all COVID brainy. Norman Rockwell-y, it's a little more like wholesome
Right.
compared to a lot of the other stuff.
I see where you're going with that. These, so a lot of these creatures and stuff that you end up putting in your pieces out of your imagination. Like, so is this what you see at night when you go to bed? You close your eyes. Is this the kind of stuff you dream about? Did we lose him?
I was just gonna ask you that.
TJ, are you still here? Oh, he just dropped out. Oh, we'll take a little moment here. We'll get him back up here in a second. While we're waiting for that, just wanted to give a shout out to all y'all that are in here. Most importantly, I wanted to say happy birthday to Lily White down there. Happy birthday, Lily. I bought some of your dragon pieces for your birthday. I love them.
This is your birthday song. It isn't very long.
I don't know if I've ever heard Willie sing before. But yeah, I want to give a shout out to Kush, Bear Biggs, Lily White, Fendel, De La Creme down there, Malicious Sheep, Jay, Neo down there, Meat Block, Sister Sage, Pop Laz, Fariz, and Lacon. If I said that wrong, I do apologize. Thank you very much for popping in tonight and hanging out with us. We've lost our guest of honor. Hopefully we get to regain our guest of honor very shortly, which is TJHINOZ. I'm going to call him TJHINOZ all the time now. Now that I know that in Indonesia, TJ is a CH. The things that we learn here.
TJ is just C.
It's just C?
Because it's CH.
Oh, yes, you're right. Sorry,
C and then HINOZ.
Pardon me. Yes. Right. These are the educations we learned here.
Yes.
We've learned a lot. We're learning a lot tonight.
Yeah, I didn't want to learn today.
Well,
but we're learning a lot.
I know. TJ has forced us to learn, right? It's like tricking us into learning with beautiful, cool art. And here we are learning. Are you back, TJ? Are you there?
I'm back.
Hey.
I'm back. I've been talking by myself for like a couple of minutes there.
Oh, good.
Oh, probably said some great stuff too, man.
I didn't realize I got out. I got rocked.
So I don't know where you got cut off, but I asked you if this is the stuff that you see in your dreams at night when you go to sleep.
So where was I? Where was I got cut off? Like you asked me about the piece, the going home piece, and then I got cut off.
I guess so.
No, it's actually So I'm gonna try to tell something about. No, it's actually like the thing that I feel when I go home. Actually, home as in my parents' house.
You just want to stick your head in the garage and close the door on yourself.
Not really. So there's something in the description like did it rank or did I grew?
Right.
Actually. Yeah. So that's actually how I feel because I left home. I left my parents' house when I start high school. So at 15 years old, 14, I think. So I went to school in another city.
Is that because there wasn't a school close to you, or did you live out in the middle of nowhere, or
there wasn't really a good school around in my city. It was a pretty small city.
Okay.
And so if you know like Indonesia got this whole islands, right? And I was in another island, and then I went to the Java Island for high school because it will be easier for me to get into college also and find opportunities in Java. So we call it merantau, like going out to Java to find jobs and stuff like that.
That's a big change when you're that young.
Yeah, so that's how I feel when I got home. Like because I was living home when I was still drawing, right? Feels like when I go home, like the house physically got smaller.
I see.
Yeah, yeah. No,
Yeah, but also mentally, maybe I'm just getting also like a bit arrogant sometimes, maybe because like this small cities that I left a long time ago is feel like feels a lot smaller because I was there when I was small, and then when I got back and got older, feels like that. It's just a depiction of that actually.
and now you come back like a rock star.
Not really. That's the part that I got wrong because it doesn't actually get smaller. I'm just getting sometimes uh, associated with it. Maybe you can call it something like that.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's a big change because it was after middle school, right?
That's cool. It's kind of exactly what I thought that piece was about, honestly. And usually I'm not
Really?
usually yeah, that is it was kind of that's what I thought. Like I was thinking that that's what it was, is that you went back home and that's how you felt. But yeah, that's kind of cool. That I'm not usually right in any way, shape, or form when I look at people's art, but I was close on that one. I like it. All right.
Good.
So the yeah, so the next question that I had asked after that is that when I look at all these pieces of art and these creatures that you have created, so like, is this the stuff you think about when you go to bed at night? Like you close your eyes and this is what pops into your head is, werewolf type things or apples with fangs?
Kinda, I think. But also, I start with the tarot cards, right? So that's also like something kind of like, I got an anchor that I want to work on. So like the first tarot card was the full number zero. The card's number zero. It's like that's something like, okay, I need to draw the full. So what is the full and how do I see the full, and finding some reference and what I want to draw, and yeah, also imagining it before sleep. And then the other pieces came around it, like, okay, the next card is the magician. So what do I want to do for the magicians? What is the magician? What I think is the magician is in tarot. So I work on that. So they actually came after the tarot uh, titles, actually, for
Huh.
the concept.
I guess it kind of helps to have a title first, right?
Yeah, that's the thing, man. That's why I use the tarot, because I need some help. What do I want to make next? What do I have to make next?
Sure.
So I got this anchor called the whole series. Got to map out the whole series. So I'm gonna do all these cards, and then I'm done with the series. Maybe I'm gonna make something new based on it, but also I will make something totally different after it.
You're
I probably could have gone your entire career if I had never heard you speak about anything and not know any of them are tarot cards. I
Not
mean, that's
knowing any of that.
partly my lack of knowledge of tarot cards, but also like it just kind of speaks to like how unique you've made them in yourself, in your own way, I think.
Yeah, I kind of like looking up also about their meaning. Right? So also I incorporate some elements like, so the magician is the usually get some element on them, like tarot cards with elements. Like this card element is fire, and the planet is what, and I kind of try incorporate those also in the piece. Because yeah, I think it's interesting thing, like tarot, zodiac, chess.
I feel like it's more trying to teach through art, tarot. Where
Yeah, I think the art is there to lure, to trap you into learning, right?
yeah,
Just like you say also. I think that's what they have in mind also back then. Like, oh, this thing is interesting. I need to make it more interesting to people. You make, that's kind of like the point of art, maybe. You see, like like when an artist like think about something he thinks is or she thinks is interesting and he wants to tell it to other people. Like, how do I make people interested in these stuffs that I see or stuff that I think or learn?
Yeah, definitely. Passing on the, once again, tricking people into learning about some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Right? No, it's good. No, I mean for sure. Because I mean, all art has a story in one way or another, right? Whether it's a
Mm-hmm.
real,
Yeah.
whether it's a real life thing or whether it's a zodiac symbol or something that happened to somebody. I mean, they've all got stories. There's something to be learned from all art, really. So
Mm.
very true, very true.
That's
Like,
that's
And
that's a,
not necessarily like trying to teach you directly teach anything, like just telling stuff. Hey, I just found out about this.
mhm.
Isn't it interesting? It's something like that. I think like a kind of conversations that actually when you see a piece and oh, it's interesting. I didn't know about that. It's something I find interesting
Mhm.
in
Yeah,
other people's works also.
yeah, and it's really cool because it's just like having you on tonight. You look at the pieces and you go, oh, I really like that. I really like that. And then to actually have you sit here and go, well, this is why, if we didn't read the write up or whatever, right? Like it's cool to hear it from the artist voice, and then we learn something a little bit more, and then you can go back and appreciate that piece of art, just a little bit more the next time you look at it, right?
Hopefully, I think, and thank you. I mean, it's also like a big honor for me to have you guys invited me to. I mean, it's always a pleasure to know that someone's enjoying your work. Like that's the biggest joy I think, and interested in it. And so when Willie asked me to, hey, will you uh, chat with us at this time? And yeah, of course I will. Like anyone who wants to. Like I also got some collectors when they pick up a piece and then they ask me about what why is it like this and why is it what's in your mind and why do you draw this? And I think that's the best thing in making art. I think making pieces.
so there's a lot of thought from artists about like there's kind of two sides of you know the interpretation is on the viewer, and then
Mm-hmm.
or the other side being like this is what I was feeling and how I how what I was thinking, and this is how I interpret it, and like and artists giving that interpretation. um so like which I guess which side are you on? It sounds like you're on the side of like you don't mind telling your thoughts on why you created it and your interpretation of it, and not just leaving it up to the viewer.
Yeah, I think I tried to lessen the description. Usually they are pretty uninformative. I think also you can say that. I only want to people to know that this is from this card in tarot, and these are like some some words that I want to say about it, and that's it. I think, and how people interpret it. I don't really mind anyone's interpretation of anything, and I do want people to find their own meaning in it. Right? So which is why I don't really like. I never actually do like a long explanations about the works unless in spaces like this, in places like this, or when someone actually asks specifically about my intention. Right? So, but I also don't mind if you want to know my view. Something like that. Oh, this is why I make it like this. It's not. Sometimes it's kind of like a not what they expected also, but also like that's the interesting part. Like, so what do you think about it? Like I also want to know what they do think about it when they ask me.
Yeah, I like it. I like I like when an artist gives their opinion on what they feel. I don't particularly like when an artist is like, well, it's just up to you and however you interpret it. I'm like, well, yeah, but what were you
But
thinking
I
about
want,
it too? Like,
yeah.
I kind of want like I can have my own interpretation, but I kind of
But I
want
want to
like
know yours, right?
yeah, I want to know yours too.
So which brings me to Jelly Burger,
Uh-huh.
which is a jellyfish. And I mean, to me, I look at that and I go, well, it's just fucking fun. And then you read the description, and I mean, hey, there's no description. Well, there's like I don't even know how you would say it, like blubbing water or whatever. Uber, uber.
Yeah. So ubur-ubur actually jellyfish in Indonesia. In Indonesia language.
Oh, is it really?
Ubur-ubur.
Uber,
Yeah, we
uber.
call it ubur-ubur.
Okay.
Isn't it funny? That's why I think that you got the piece on point, man. That's just a fun piece. Like,
Eh,
yeah, ubur-ubur
That's
is
a
a funny word.
that's a fun word to say. Uber
Ubur-ubur, ubur-ubur, ubur-ubur.
Uber. That's a fun word.
It's kind of the sound that you. It's kind of the sound you'd think you would hear underwater too, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's what is that like onomatopoeia? Is that what you call that? Like when the word sounds like what it's supposed to be?
Onomatopoeia.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
I,
Yeah. So I think that's it's not necessarily written like that. It's you using regular you ubur ubur.
I love it.
I think you guys got that piece on point. Your interpretation is exactly the same as mine. It's just fun that one. Yeah, ubur ubur.
It is. I remember the first day that I clicked on it. I just smiled immediately, and I'm like, oh, this is fun. And then I'm just clicking around here, and then I clicked on it. I'm like, oh yeah, this is just fun. It's just jellyfish going by eternally. I love it. It's awesome. I want to follow
I
him. I
mean,
want to see
it's
where he's
supposed to
going.
be
It's
fun.
part
Art's supposed to
it's
be
part
fun.
of the diver mask piece actually. If you see the divers on his glass, on his mask, on
Oh
his
yeah,
helmet,
yeah.
Yeah.
the ubur ubur is there.
Oh,
Yeah,
there
so
you
it
Oh, I
looks
thought
like
that was an
a
octopus.
companion piece. No, the on the mask, on the glasses, there's a reflection of the jellyfish.
Oh shit! I gotta click on this now and check it out. That was another thing I was gonna ask you about. Just
I can't look at it because it tries to take over my audio.
I'm gonna click on it now here. Object is slow. I'm gonna put some wood on the fire and see if I can get object to go faster. But just thinking about the reflection, I wanted to ask about there's that the frog that I'm a collector, or what is I'm a
Mhm.
curator, or I think is
I'm a curator.
I'm a curator, and
Great.
yeah, and I was gonna say like what's in the reflection in his eyes? Is there something reflected in his eyes? It looks like there's something, and I was kept trying to figure it out, but
No, there isn't anything there, man.
oh,
you, got, you trap yourself.
all right, well. No, no. Listen to me now. There's something reflective in his eyes. Okay, look again. No, just kidding.
Maybe.
Trust me, I'm a curator. There isn't.
Right? Try. Yeah. Oh shit! And there's the jellyfish in the reflection. Awesome, awesome. That's killer. That's a great piece. I don't know if I actually see. I've looked at all this stuff on my phone, and now I'm actually sitting in front of my computer and get to look at it bigger. And boy, oh boy, it's fabulous stuff to look at bigger. Your pieces are definitely intended, like a lot of art. It's definitely intended to be looked at bigger. Great colors, like the palettes that you choose for all of your pieces. Like you choose some very awesome colors because they're well, I wasn't gonna say because they're more realistic because I mean obviously a lot of the stuff that you do is not real at all. Well, as far as we know, anyways, I guess. But like I mean, this I don't know. It just adds a lot of life to your pieces. The color palettes that you choose because you could definitely go darker with a lot of this stuff, right? Like I mean, when you're doing these like werewolf looking things or these demons, you could definitely go more towards the darker side. But you've chosen to always have some pretty bright and bold colors. Those dogs are happy.
That's my neighbors apparently.
Oh, is it?
Try to get away from that.
That's all right. But yeah, because some of these, I mean, a lot of these pieces, like you've got some demons, you've got some, things that look like they're going to kill you in the night. Yet you're doing them with these beautiful color palettes that say, "Hey, come on in. I'm friendly." Do you do that on purpose? Have you dropped out on us again, TJ?
I say, did we lose him again?
We dropped. He's probably saying some great stuff again too. So I always like to think that I'm saying something so profound that I'm I'm flooring the artist, but no. TJ having some connection issues. That's all right. That's what Twitter Spaces are all about. Connection issues.
I wish they weren't. I wish that wasn't what it was about.
Well, we've been doing pretty good.
I wish it was just about, talking about art.
Seriously, on our space
or whatever else you want to talk about.
On the night train, we have been absolutely lucky. I mean, I try to listen to 1 or 2 spaces every day, and I'll tell you, man, that most of the spaces have way, way more problems than we ever have. So I think we do pretty good. I think Elon likes us. I think it's because you bought the Tesla. He's like, oh, Willie's got a Tesla. Let's give him a break. You turn up the Twitter space a little bit. Let him have better bandwidth.
Yeah, how come I'm the one that keeps having problems in the beginning then?
Oh, I don't.
I got up again. Sorry about that.
That's all right. Were you talking for an hour again?
No. Last what I heard was you asking about the colors.
Yeah, like I was saying, because I mean, these things are some of these things that you depict in your creations are things that they're scary, right? And you could have chosen to go that route, yet you use these beautiful colors and these vibrant colors. Why do you choose the colors that you choose?
Yeah, because I think it's because they're RGB. I think so. That's like the simplest answer I can think of why I chose these color palettes and contrast and like glowing stuffs also, because I usually work. So I work as game designer in real life, right? So, but mostly what I do are board games and book covers when I do art pieces, artwork. So they are all printed in CMYK.
Right.
And they are pretty limited. You cannot have this kind of bright colors on CMYK in print, right? So when I do the NFT, so I'm gonna do some art pieces for NFT, some illustration pieces. Some people would call it art, and then when I know that it's gonna be in RGB, it's gonna be digital, so I can do whatever I want with the colors. So that's kind of like the starting point of that, actually.
That's interesting. So just your day-to-day job doesn't allow you to, so in your creations you want to.
Something like that.
Yeah, okay. Board games.
I can do this in RGB, but I cannot do this in print, right?
Right.
Print.
Board games, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, that's my day job, actually, kind of like doing board game stuff back then. So these days, not so much board games anymore, because after the COVID thing, we kind of have to digitalize some of our games also. So not many printing anymore.
That I was going to kind of ask that question. That board games are still a thing, but I guess, like you said, after COVID, no, not really much anymore.
At some points, yes, for retail things, but my company usually do board games for like other companies for training and stuff like that.
Huh.
Like,
oh, really?
It's like even weirder industry.
Yeah, so they're like customized.
Yeah, like gamification and stuff like that.
So they're tricking you into learning your job. Oh.
Yeah, helping people tricking their employees.
There's a lot of tricking going on.
Oh, I know. This is it. Wait a minute.
You see the red? You see the
I like learning
now.
about tricking people, though.
No, we've had a couple of artists on in the past that their art depicts things that are very dark, from their past and or whatever they're trying to show, but they used brighter colors to not scare people away, right? So that people want to be engaged with it, so that maybe people will read the description and learn that it's okay, well, this is actually a very serious piece, right? So it's kind of interesting, but you do it just because you don't want to be bland. Your day-to-day is bland.
Not really.
Okay.
I just love the idea of digital arts getting recognition, to be honest. Yeah, I think that's one thing that's really great about NFT. Like, hey, you usually make these digital works and you can post them social media and get like maybe 3 likes. But now, uh, you can get some validation or some more appreciated by people who actually likes your work by actually like legitimizing the digital art way. I think that's really interesting, because like I told you about how I got into crypto at the beginning,
Hmm.
and also like I was fascinated by Bitcoin a lot back then. I was like one of those guys who's talking about Bitcoin in company and nobody actually cares. And then I stopped, and then so yeah, like digital art is also something that's kind of in line with that. Like people don't really care about the digital art, actually, because a lot of them you can find them a lot of them for free in in the internet.
Yeah. Well, I
So,
mean,
yeah,
everybody's all right click and save. Why do you buy it? Right click and save.
yeah, uh-huh.
Or they just view it, consume it, and then move on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when I make NFT, I'm like, I want to embrace the digitalness of this space. So I want to my colors to be, oh, if I'm going digital, then my colors are going to be RGB. So I don't have to limit myself onto, you know, certain color palettes. I can do whatever I want with colors.
It's also kind of funny that you have like a kind of more traditional just Photoshop workflow too,
Mm.
though.
Okay.
You're like yeah, I use this
Cool.
old Photoshop.
Yeah,
So it's kind of like not ironic, but it's kind of funny.
kind of funny.
I need to find
I mean,
something.
Lots of fun.
it's very cool. No matter what your workflow is, it's very cool. But yeah, I just think it's an interesting little thing to think about.
I've been trying to find something to buy for the WX8BK wallet, but I just can't make a decision. It's pretty damn tough.
Yeah, just buy them all.
Yeah.
Just buy them
I don't know what.
all.
I don't know what we're.
Well,
I don't know
I
what. I don't
think you
know.
should definitely send a Festivus over there.
That's
Send one of
cool.
those three.
Oh yeah.
One of those three. One of those three
I'll probably.
Festivus
I
that
might do. I
you're
might
gonna
do
pick
that.
up.
I think I'm gonna. I think I might pick up that Scoville. Maybe for the WX wallet. I also like Brain Damage. Brain Damage is a really dope piece, actually.
The Scofield is actually kind of in theme with today's opening song by Jay Bird. It's picante piece
Uh,
also.
oh, is it? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
that's a Jayburn
Yeah,
piece,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah. The Scofield is actually the one I'm also made for picante
Picante. Oh,
design.
there it is in the tag right there. You did too. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I that's one of the pieces I do have,
You own
and
Picante?
Oh yeah,
that might be wise. It might be partly because of Jayburn.
maybe Jayburn. I know Jayburn from way back. Also Leslie and Pepper Buddha also. Yeah, with also talk with Twitter space 7 in real life, of course.
Oh,
Yeah, Jayburn was a good friend.
yeah. We don't.
Yeah, we like the Jayburn around here. He's always asleep by the time we start the show, but he's
he got
Di-
it's just too stoned to talk.
yeah, he wakes up early, so
oh, we haven't
he's
seen.
always
Jay Burn's a
Oh
busy
yeah,
guy. Jay Burn's a busy guy doing his thing these days. We don't see much of Jay Burn anymore. He used to pop into the
yeah.
spaces all the time, but I know he's out there doing stuff. He's still alive. He's still kicking.
he's always a big supporter. So
Yeah, he is. Certainly he is. He's a big supporter of everybody. He's one of the greats in the space, that's for sure. 100%. 100%. What's out of your pieces that I'm looking at here on Object, what's your favorite? Is there one that stands out to you that you really enjoy that we could talk about? Like, is there a piece that you've minted that you really dig?
Mm, I don't know, man. How do I choose that?
Yeah, I know
How
it's
do I
not
choose something?
it's not a fair question because I could ask you the same. I mean, I could ask you the same question tomorrow, and you could go, well, this one, and it would be a totally different one, right? Like, I mean, it's hard. It's hard to tell a parent to pick a favorite kid.
Yeah, true. I think I think but I don't know. I think I like a lot of them when they some pieces that I made that my favorite one is usually the one that I made like directly like 20 hours of painting nonstop. So like the PFP that I'm actually using for my PFP,
That was a straight
the beholder.
that was a straight 20
Yeah,
hours. Okay.
yeah, that was a straight 20 hours painting. Like, okay, I know what I want to do, and just I have to just work on it, like until it's done. Because sometimes you need to take a break, right? But sometimes you got that, oh, I want to do this, and you cancel your sleep, and then you get into in front of my PC and just work on it.
Do
So
you?
I think yeah, that's one of my favorites.
It is a great piece. Do you? Do you? Would you like to work like that all the time, or do you find it's a little bit nicer to walk away from things every day?
I actually really like that way of working, but it's also not healthy, right? I think that's like the best part I think about making. I don't know, maybe artworks. You say you can call it artworks, any kind of artworks. I think even in like when you do graphic design things also, but illustrative kind of or illustration kind of thing. I think the best part about it is when you are actually drawing them. Like when you know what you want to make, because you don't always know what you want to make, and then you get them right, like okay, this is what I wanted in my head, and this is how it came out, and it's just nice when it's done like that. Because when it's interspersed, it's you kind of lost that feeling.
Yeah, working straight through on a big project. I get what you said because you kind of touched on that. It's not healthy to work in that kind of
Not healthy.
that way. But yeah, because you feel. But I get it when you're in the when if you got the chance and you're in the groove, then it's like go go go
Yeah,
go right. You know, and you can feel your body and your mind getting frazzled, but you keep pushing.
yeah, like a kind of like flow state kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think like I like that a lot, and but sometimes you actually do need to take a break. Like when you get back, you get something better in your head.
Mm.
But when it has to be done, it has to be done. Then you just go for it.
Yeah, I guess maybe yeah, yeah. Life gets in the way.
What you to do it.
Sometimes you got to eat. Sometimes oh Christ, I guess I got to get up and go to the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So
Gotta go pick the
I
kids
guess
up from school. That's boring.
I have to
Trying to
go to the
groove here.
dentist.
Sorry, what was
Yeah.
that, TJ?
Now sometimes you got to go to the dentist or the post office, maybe.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The police come and
Yeah.
the police come and knock on your door.
Also, oh, sorry. What?
I was gonna say, and the police come and knock on your door because your coworkers are worried because they haven't heard from you in days.
No, not when you work from home.
Yeah, I guess that's true enough.
Oh yeah, nobody knows if anything happened to me, man. That scared me the most. 'Cause I work at home alone.
I was gonna say that Willie talks to me every day, so Willie would know if I was dead.
Yeah, I'd be worried if I didn't hear from you.
If I was gonna say my own family wouldn't know, but Willie would because I would. Damn it, Bits hasn't talked to me today. What's going on?
I wouldn't know who to call to go knock on your door, though.
Oh, it's all right. It's the thought that counts.
Yeah,
it's the thought that
be
counts.
sitting here like, I don't know what to do about it, but I think something's wrong.
You can go to the police, man.
Call the police. Call the police. Innovative just popped in. How's it going, Innovative? Lots of people popping in and out tonight. There's been some really great faces in here this evening coming in here to.
Some familiar names also.
That's good. It's good. I like it when the artist goes, man, so and so's in here. So and so's in here. It's always good. It's always good to see friends when you're in a space, right?
Yeah.
I like getting the thing that I find really cool when we have guests on is we may have had an artist on and they're in the crowd listening or whatever, and then we have a guest on and they're like, oh hey, so and so's down there, thanks for coming in to hear me tonight or whatever, and then we do this circle where we all of a sudden realize, well, everybody knows everybody. It's just cool how many people know each other in this space, right? Who was it we had? It was Joe Rogan's dad when he was on, and he kept going, "Oh, you should have Flexosaurus Rex on." And we're like, "Oh yeah, we had Flex on a long time ago." Or he's like, "Oh, you should have so
Yeah.
and so." He listed off a whole bunch of people that we should have on, and we're like, "Oh yeah, dude, go listen to the archives. We've had them on." It's fun that it's fun to realize, like, for me it's great that I still get to discover new artists that I've never known about, like yourself tonight. You were never on my radar, but I look into you and realize that you're on everybody's radar but mine. So now I'm glad that I'm tied into that now, right? But it's cool that it's a tight knit community, but there still is new people to discover, which I really enjoy. Always
Yeah,
surprises me.
yeah. Someone like who, like, oh, see, he started like 2 years ago, also like at the same time as me, but I never heard about him. Like that's like really amazing, also.
That's funny how close we can. It's funny how we can all be so close, but just missing each
So
other.
far.
Yeah,
But also we got all different time zones. I think also it's like one thing about it. I'm not gonna be in Twitter space at this time usually, because it's actually working hours for me at now. But because I don't have anything going on at the moment, I can uh, postpone the work to some hours later. But I'm not gonna be on Twitter or the like internet in the general. I'll be working on some stuff
right.
that for office work at this time usually. Like it's 10 a.m.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you might be on first coffee break now, maybe, right?
I've been on coffee break since 9 since we started.
Uh, it's so much fun. Yeah, no, we've run into that. Like we have people, like we've wanted to have Flux on, but of course,
You never have consent
I've
work on
I've talked to him, and tried to
okay.
get him to come on, but we just, because he's down in Australia, we haven't been able to get a time together to do a
Mhm.
recording with him.
It's
Um,
actually the same time as me. I think like 1 hour difference between me
yeah.
and consent.
But yeah, that's the thing. Like um,
Pablo.
Mem XCI we had on, or CXI we've had on, and she's in Australia, and we had to pre-record a space with her on a Saturday afternoon because she's
Mm.
she's like, no, I can't. She's like, I can't come on when your space is on because it's the middle of the day. I'm working,
yeah, it's
right?
it's noon on a Wednesday.
Yeah,
Mhm. This
noon
is
on a
noon
Wednesday.
on what day is today? What Wednesday?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I only got some stuff that I have to work on after lunch actually. So we got time.
We got time. Just kind of while we're sitting here, for some of the folks that have been listening this evening, I think it's a good time if anybody down there who's been listening has a question for TJ, if you want to come up and ask, now would be a great
I
time
can
to do that if you're
see
interested.
I can see the listeners list, man. I don't know why.
You
Yeah,
can't you can't see the listener list?
mm-hmm.
Huh.
After I got rocked
Interesting.
earlier.
Some of that Twitter, man. It's I was gonna say, and everybody always wants to go blame Elon, but let's face it, it wasn't the best before either. So
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
that's
it says 0 listeners on mine.
oh yeah. No,
I guess good.
there's I have 5,000 in here right now. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my.
No, no.
No, you're thinking of 5,000 space aliens.
Right?
There's only 4,000 in here right now.
Right. Have you done many collabs? You haven't done. I know you've done a few, but
I did a lot more tributes, I think, than collabs.
right. Okay. Is it
So I
because
did tribute to some artists.
is it something you'd like to do, or do you think it's not something that works for you, or have you never been approached? Why?
Oh, I'm working on some collabs. At the moment, it's like with two other artists,
Oh,
but
cool.
it's not done yet, the piece. So we're still working on it. It's like something like that we do. Some we don't set a deadline because we don't announce anything. Right? So just let's work on this piece together.
Sure.
Maybe when it's ready, we'll get it up. So it's kind of like that usually when I do collab. But the one collab that's I've done which also connected to Lily here. Hi, Lily. So it was with ESO Teros. It was like a date, Valentine's date, Valentine Day date event that Lily made, and we roll a wheel, and I got ESO as a collab partner.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, that was fun of that I remember a collab I done on Fest.
It's kind of a nice way to do it, if you're collabing with someone to not announce anything and then you don't have the pressures on you. That's kind of decent,
Yeah,
right? For sure.
but also you never get it done because you don't have a deadline.
Fair
There, so
enough.
yeah, I'll do it. I'll do it.
Fair enough. Now, Lily came up here and we gave her the microphone. How you doing tonight, Lily? Happy birthday.
Thank
Happy
you very
birthday.
much. I'm not going to talk about how I'm doing. Please don't ask me that. So we'll skip that question. But
Okay.
yeah, I wanted to come up and say hi to TJ, and known him for a long time. Seems like forever. So good to see you and hear more of your story, TJ.
Thanks, Lily.
No questions for us tonight, Lily?
So many questions, but none of them like like I'm thinking about bits now, like being out there alone, nobody knows who he is, where he is, what's going on. Just if he disappears, and whew, that's a
I,
little
I
scary.
I know his legal name somewhere. Now, pronouncing his last name, you're not going to get me to do it. It's not going to happen. But he's sent it in a text, so like I could
There you
possibly
go.
find some more information if I really needed to.
Well, I was going to say innovative, and Fendel. They've got they have my address too. So.
Oh, I just have your U.S. address though, your post box.
Oh, do you? Yeah, no.
Yeah, we could find.
Well, that's good to know. That's good to know
No.
because I'm just thinking he's up there in the woods in Greater Canada. I could just see us trying to call the Mounties or Mounties, whatever they're called. I don't even know what they're called. The police up there.
The cops.
There's a guy. There's a
The,
guy in Canada.
the Royal
Something's
Mounted
happened.
Canadian Police,
The
something like that.
Royal Canadian Police. Go find him. He's our friend, and we don't know who he is.
And they'll be like, okay, well, we got to go stop at Tim Hortons first, and then we got to go to a hockey game, but we'll go look for him after, eh?
I'll just be like, you know the house that has all the projectors at Halloween. You know that one.
Don't you know Bob? Come on.
Yeah, you know that guy.
Go next door to Bob. No, and and you know what the thing is I'm very sure that I'm going to be on this earth for a very, very long time, so I'm not too terribly worried about that. But we don't need to talk about that.
I think I'm into that.
You could be on the earth and have a broken leg out in the middle of your backyard somewhere.
I do live in a city. I don't live in the bushes. we got.
Yeah,
Okay,
he could send his dog next door, like, hey, like Lassie.
Oh, well, I was gonna say,
get help, Rolo.
I was gonna say, believe me, my dog's not gonna fucking let me lay around doing nothing, man. He'll figure out something. He'll be.
All right, completely reassured now.
Okay.
Whew, thank goodness.
Promise. I promise.
I'll save.
Thank you for your concern, though, Lily. I appreciate that very much.
That's funny.
I got this Buddha piece up in front of me right now that you did, TJ. That's pretty sick, man.
Oh, this one for Paper Buddha, actually.
That was
This
the
is
one.
also
Okay, yeah, you said that
Paper
earlier,
Buddha.
I think, right? Yeah. It's awesome. Yeah, because it literally is taking some elements from some of his pieces. Yes. Like that water looks. No.
Yeah, I think I tried to find something similar.
Oh, okay.
On the open source
Right.
stuff, Wikimedia.
Right.
Because that's where also he got his stuff, right? What do you call that?
Yes.
Was that for? Didn't he do like a remix tribute kind of contest a couple years ago?
That was for his event, for his competition. Actually.
Yeah, because I think Poplaz did a piece for that too.
Yeah.
Down there, so.
Oh, it says right there.
A lot of people here actually got work on the piece in that event. Man, I still can't see the listener list.
It's weird.
Do do you do much art like outside of what's minted and outside of like your actual like day job? Like do you just kind of sketch and draw stuff that you don't mint that's not stereoscopic?
Yeah. So I do some like ballpoint sketching on books and stuff like that. But also not really that big that big kind of work thing, just scribbles and stuff like that. But that's just for when you need a break and or you want to try something new. And,
Do those ever
uh,
end up like becoming ideas that eventually get minted too?
mm, I guess some of them actually, yeah,
Some of
like
them, but not all. You know, not all of them.
influencing some works that actually got me.
Yeah, I'm always
Yeah.
fascinated by like the sketchbooks and the work that doesn't get seen by the masses. You know,
Mm,
the
not
the
really that
idea
interesting.
pads.
Yeah, I think mostly it's like when you want to draw something and then you just need to warm up, maybe you
Yeah,
can call it something like that, right? Oh, I want to draw a hand, and you draw ugly hands in your sketchbook until like, okay, I think I like this way. I like drawing it this way, right? Then you have to work on it.
yeah. That's the stuff I like to see.
I like that. Got to work
The,
on some ugly hands.
Ugly hands,
Let me go back to my
ugly
ugly.
hands,
Let me go back to
ugly
my
hands
ugly hands.
collection.
Right? Yeah. I need an ugly hand here. Let me go back to my ugly hand sketches and see if I can find one.
I
Dang it.
don't think I think I won't mean. I don't think people really like it when you go also like too further away from what you're actually having on your collections. So maybe if I want to make something totally different, I'll make a new account or something like that. That's maybe interesting.
Do you
yeah,
think?
I think I think I think I am kind of in the minority of like I like to see all that stuff. I think you're right that the majority of people do kind of like to see you stay in a style and
Uniform,
kind of yeah have a
uniform kind of.
uniformity like they can almost expect what
Yeah.
they're gonna get from you.
Yes. I think doesn't necessarily mean I have to make like another account and say that's not me, right? I can say that's still me, but that's something that was totally different maybe.
Mm,
Yeah, it's always just something
Because,
that you could
yeah,
put in another collection or like I say you don't
because
have to
the
make a
whole
whole
the whole
separate
thing
account.
about this page is kind of looks like a catalog kind of thing. Right? Even now, it's like my page is like all over the place actually.
Yeah, I was gonna say like your current stuff looks so much different than the stuff you minted at the very beginning when you first came on to Tezos, and
Oh yeah.
I don't think anybody holds that against you. I don't know. I don't know that. I don't know. You can look at my things and see that I'm all over the place, and I've tried doing collections that were. So my original OG account, I've got all kinds of crazy mixture stuff, but like I tried to stay more streamlined on my newer account. I don't know that it made any difference whatsoever. I mean, like go for whatever's in your heart. I think.
yeah. Well.
Yeah. I think the sketchbook one kind of like totally different also. Like, with this one, I actually meant it along the way. For the first thing is it's gotta be black and white, so it's like totally different. But hey, it's interesting also, but also to have like a black and white stereoscopic thing. I haven't ever done.
Well, maybe there's something to do. Black and white,
Mm-hmm.
stereoscopic. Hey, we
Yeah,
heard.
that'd be cool.
I think it was Cats Will Eat You last week who said
Oh,
said that in his early days or in the way that his stuff it affected him getting into university. Was it Willie? Was that what it was? Because they were just like you're all over the place here. We're looking through your stuff and it's great,
Oh
but
yeah,
you're all over the place. You need consistency. You need to have a style. So I guess
yeah,
it
you're
can
right. He did say that it kind of set him back a little bit at least
yeah.
in whatever he was trying to do.
So I guess it can be a hindrance.
It can be. I think it's also like it can be a hindrance to your own kind of
I think
progress.
that's dumb,
So, yeah.
but I'm also not
No,
out
no.
there running the art world.
No, I mean like you can do that kind of stuff, but you have to find the right timing to bring it out there, right? I think something like that.
Yeah, it's
More
almost
like
like you have to build a huge following and a huge fame on a set style first, and then you can be like, oh, but here's kind of some other stuff that I like to do.
no, but if you're in the process to going there, then I think it's fine. But once you get like this audience, I don't think I have that kind of audience, which is also why my thesis is not really that neat. Like I kind of do some random stuff also here and there, right? Because I still think it's fine to do that kind of stuff. But also, yeah, I think it kind of like a hindrance. I mean, even it's a market, It's not like something you can personally uh, get that free out there. That's also I think that's dumb too. I like seeing stuff that's kind of like, oh, he's doing this kind of stuff and that kind of stuff. That's also interesting. But at some point, when
Well,
your
it's
page is like a selling page thing, I think it's. I kind of get it. I not necessarily agree with it, but I kind of get it why some people think like that.
yeah, it's also kind of like a double standard though, because like other industries and other things, it's like, oh, well, you can do multiple styles of stuff. Well, that's great. That helps. As
Mm,
where, like in the art world, it's kind of like, oh, well, we only want to see the one though.
yeah,
But it's like, if
when you talk about the selling in the market, right?
yeah,
But also when you talk about the portfolio, I think that's with the one that happened to Cats kind of when what was he rejected for? Like a program?
what's that?
The Cats what 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 that what did he did get rejected because his works is all over the place? What
I
what you were just talking about?
he was trying to get into some art university or something like that. Was I
Oh, that's kind of weird then because that's when he starts, right? He wants to actually get into the
Yeah, I don't
field,
remember.
right?
I don't remember exactly what he was, why it was setting him back, but he said it definitely affected
hmm.
his trajectory.
Mm.
But I guess some of they look like you. Well, I guess in a situation that too, they kind of want they're trying to push you to you're kind of branding yourself, right? When you create a style,
Yeah, I
right?
think they have their own, oh, in terms of market and stuff, you need to do stuff kind of like this because it makes it easier for people to access your works and stuff like that.
Right.
I kind of get kind of reasonable because I work in design, graphic design and stuff like that, right? So I kind of like, oh, when you talk about business or market, there are some ways you need to do to make people to get people on board easier, to your works.
Fair enough.
Yeah, doesn't necessarily mean you have to just do that kind of works, but just how to present them. Right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I guess
yeah, definitely helps you stand out in a crowd if it's all kind
Mm-hmm.
of in theme and
Mm-hmm.
recognizable and
Yeah,
not all over the place and unique. Like I don't
yeah.
know of any other artists that are doing stereoscopic work in the
Oh,
NFT space at least.
there are some actually on Object also. I can send you some shopping list later if you want.
that's the spirit.
That's one artist that's actually like I followed his works way before NFT. This Chakalal, he actually done stereoscopic stuff too. So when he first minted, like I reached out to him by direct by DM, right? And we had been chatting a lot because of stereoscopic.
That's really
Okay.
cool.
Yeah, talking about how he doing it and how I do it. Because we both doing the same thing, but in kind of like in different ways.
That's interesting. You got to share. You got to share those tricks of the trade. Make it greater.
Oh, it's a trick actually.
Do
Oh,
do you consider yourself a glitch artist at all?
I don't think so. I think glitch is. I think I kind of like hold glitch art is kind of like a different thing. I don't really do the glitch because glitch came from the digital, bugs and stuff like that. But then you process it into something beautiful, right? Or interesting. And I don't really do that. That's what I know as for glitch art back then, right? Since back then.
Yeah, I definitely agree. It's like I've seen a lot of different definitions of glitch artists, and I'm like, well, I didn't
Mhm.
think that's glitch. It's just cool. I don't know what I'd call it, but like
It's flashing, it's animated, or maybe it's uh, looks like jittery, but it's not actually. Some of them not actually glitch art. I think. Mine, I don't think mine
it's stereoscopic, Willie.
is. It's animated. It is for sure, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Your stuff that
all
you
the all the effects are a result of the animated thing.
your stuff on Foundation, your ETH stuff here. So did you I'm not looking at dates, but did you do these all as a collection all together? Because I mean, there's definitely a different vibe going on. Like I,
Oh, there are two different collections actually. The one is like
oh, is
the
it? Okay.
TJHNZ one, and then there's the Des one.
Oh well, goodness. Oh, and there it is right there. Okay. Yeah, I clicked on collections now. I see that. um, I just noticed like a lot of these demonic things that you do like on object. Like here we've kind of gotten to when I was talking about colors earlier. Like it seems like you've definitely chosen a little bit of a darker, more pastel-y, I want to say, I guess, chalky kind of colors. Very different compared to the object stuff. Did you do that on purpose? Did you feel they had to be different when you released them on ETH? Oh, we lost TJ again. Sorry, Lily's got her hand up. What's up, Lily? Well, we got some time to kill.
I was just remembering, like, I know he said a new glitch, but we had this event a while back called Glitch for Ukraine, and he jumped in on it, and like all these artists got together within like a I think like 48 hours, created and minted an artwork to raise money for Ukraine when the war started, and TJ was one of those people that jumped in. And I just said, "Hey, I was on Esoteros's team at that time, and I was like, "Hey, Esoteros wants to put this glitch or Ukraine thing together." And I just remember like TJ was one of the first people to say, "Yep, I'm in. I'll get something ready right now." Like, and there, all these people, I can't even remember how many artists got stuff together for that, but that was so crazy. That was like I, a whirlwind. I don't know if you remember that, TJ.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can now. I think you disappeared for a little bit there. Oh, did we lose him again?
Yeah,
Back down to listener.
he's not even on my list anymore at the moment.
It's on both. It's on both of my phones. I always find it quite entertaining when I stare at both of these phones in front of me, and they can show such different things. The thing that really blows me away, and actually, Jay's down there now. We were playing mini golf in Discord there on Friday night, getting drunk in the Wag Me Wine Discord, playing mini golf. But I was talking about how I run three Twitter accounts, and how all three of them do not see each other or interact with each other, it blows my mind. Or some stuff doesn't show up for like 6 or 7 hours.
Yeah, I still to this day have to search both you and the WX8BK account if I want to see anything from
Yeah,
them.
I have to between Bits and WX8BK. they're hitter. They do definitely connect and cross over a little bit, but those are the two accounts that's like stuff just blows me away sometimes where it's like it's not there, and then you'll see it like 7 hours later. Like weird, man.
Same thing with
But
Test Town.
am I back?
Lily White and Test Town
Hi,
don't
guys.
see each other. Oh, sorry.
You're
I'm
here.
back on.
You're back.
You can hear
Yeah,
me?
you're back.
Okay. Yeah,
We-
yeah, yeah. Okay, go on, go on. So sorry, Lily. What you saying?
No. Before I was asking you, like, if you remembered the glitch for Ukraine event that we like put together
Oh
in
yeah,
48
yeah.
hours and
Yeah.
launched it, and it was like all these people came and created artworks. I know you say you're a glitch artist, but you stepped up for that, and it was a really cool thing.
Oh, I don't really mind, about the label or the genre of the art, I think. But also, I just have this kind of preconception of glitch art since
Yeah, see,
they did kind of specific things.
I definitely,
But I thought like being called glitch art. Don't mind that.
I definitely don't. I don't. I wouldn't consider your stuff glitch. I think I definitely think for me, glitch fits in a different
Me too.
category, for sure.
Well, I just know that, like, like I say, there's like Des the Krez gets called a glitch artist, and I'm like, I don't see that as glitch. Like, that's not glitch. Kind of like it's
Yeah, it's like
kind of a
animation.
similar style to you, but similar but
Yeah,
different.
yeah,
But
yeah.
and I'm like, I don't see those two. I don't see you guys as glitch. And then, like, what's the other one that you're a big fan of, Bits, that does like weird alien animations and stuff. I've got a couple of his pieces. I can't remember his name though.
And of course, I don't go. Yeah, I know who.
But I think like similar kind of a similar style that gets called a glitch. I'm like, I don't see that. Like,
Oh, Jolly Roger.
yes, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's open to interpretation of each one. Everyone sees how everyone sees it. I don't think it actually matters that much. The label.
That's actually the best way to think about it, because it really doesn't matter, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you like the art, you like the art.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
Because it can be like organic things, right? Because someone can be in between this and that, and it's end up become a new thing also, stuff like that.
Yeah, that definitely is the big thing. It doesn't matter as long as people like it. It doesn't matter in the end. That's the key thing. And of course, being an artist, you have to be. I mean, being open to people, saying, "Oh, you're a glitch artist," and not jumping down their throat and going, "No, fuck you, I'm not a glitch artist."
I'm not. That's like something also, like some people call some stuffs art and some others say it's not art. I think it's just kind of like not really a productive conversation out there. What's art and not?
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, I
totally.
agree with that. Well, that's almost like talking politics. It's never a
Yeah.
conversation that's going to end well, right?
That doesn't really contribute anything to the whole.
I've definitely seen some things in real life, and that people have called art, and I'm like, what am I looking at though? I'm not gonna say it's not art. If you want to call it that, and you're the creator, that's great. But I don't know what I'm looking at. Looks more like a train wreck. I don't know. More performance pieces though.
Yeah, but then that's not art for you, right?
Right. There you go. Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great way of putting it. Yeah, it's just not art for me.
Maybe. I think we can that's also the fun stuff about NFTs, right? Some people do this and that, and then I'm not really into this kind of stuff. So, I'm really into this kind of stuff and I like it. It's all up to anyone who sees it and also who mints them. But
yeah, and that's kind of the point. You want people to embrace it, and maybe look at it a different way. You go, oh shit, I never really thought about that, but maybe I am that kind of an artist, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, glitch. Okay, I think I can make some more glitch also in my works, something like that. Yeah, so that can be also interesting.
It kind of reminds me.
Wait.
It kind of reminds me. There's this band. there's a band called Flogging Molly, and they do kind of like a I think they're Irish or maybe they're Scottish, but they do like an East Coast like kind of folky music. Like they got a violin. The wife plays violin and he plays guitar, and they play these really kind of down to earth like old school kind of style songs that are really good, like a kitchen party kind of a song. And it's really funny because the punk the punk music scene picked them up. And it's so weird when you look at them on stage and then you look at their audience and they are day and night different. But they're like, but it's like like the lead singer said. He said I don't know why you folks picked us up and you embraced us, but you've embraced us, and we're gonna make music for you, and we don't care who the fuck's in the crowd as long as you're having a good time to the music, right? So
Yeah.
it's kind of the same thing. Long as you're enjoying
Yeah.
the art, doesn't matter.
Yeah. Of course, man.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. It's fucking.
I think that's also why I kind of like call it. The collection is titled the nonsense, right? Because I kind of don't know what to title it at first. Like, do I have to title it this because this is it's this kind of art style, or because it's this kind of imagery? It's like I think all of them are nonsense, and just I call it the nonsense.
Yeah, it's all right. It's your stuff. You can call it whatever the hell you want to call it.
Yeah, that's also another point about it. Like, oh yeah, I can do whatever I want to. Like, so I'm just gonna do it.
Post-COVID stress relieving. I don't know. Something. We'll come up with some really complicated, twisted name for it.
Start a new genre.
Something like a journal title. Like
Yeah, it's got to be really complicated if you want to sell it to anything corporate in this day and age.
Well, it's kind of a thing for me. Like ever, like I mean, I've always liked art. I've always been an artistic person, and I love looking at different kinds of arts that catch my eye and stuff like that. But to ask me about, like, if somebody says to me, oh, do you like this style of art, do you like the art done in this style, or do you like this style of art, and I would look at people and go, huh. I could not go into a gallery and ever look at a piece and tell you that it was done in some kind of an art form. And it's the same thing with music with me too. Like when people get into music, like whether it's electronic music and the different genres, or any kind of music and the different subgenres, it's like, I don't know, it's music. I don't know. Like I would never be able to go into a gallery and tell you, oh, this is done in a postmodern blah blah blah. Like, it's just, I guess.
Well, I know what post Americana looks like.
Right, we do know what post Americana looks like thanks to H.P. Lovebooks.
Yeah.
You're right, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think also we don't really do that much of kind of like a categorization of art also anymore, right? Like, wait, because back then there some kind of movement or something, but also we have that these days. But that's usually like become validated or called that kind of stuff after it's done, right? Not necessarily at that time when they're doing it.
That's kind of an interesting point to make too.
Yeah, because we look back at it and they're kind of like part of the same movement, and they have this kind of approach. So they're kind of like one class of art style.
Yes, like, and especially like in traditional like old art.
Like the maestro kind of stuff.
It had a lot to do with like, these are the new techniques. Like everyone's, kind of like, oh, we just got Photoshop.
We got this oil paint on tube now, so we can bring it outside and paint outside, and it became a new kind of approach of making artwork. Right? And then, that happened.
Yeah, exactly.
Just that kind of organically and naturally like that, I think.
I mean, kind of like AI. It's like, okay, well, now we have AI art because now that's a tool we have.
Yeah, that's part of it now. How well received it is, how long it will stay, we don't know. But yeah, that's now part of it, and maybe later when we see it, we'll have this new kind of or new genre that's actually like solidified in the like the whole story, right?
We'll be looking at post.
Yeah,
We'll be looking at post 21st century AI in the future.
Yeah, absolutely.
Have what's your feelings on the AI? Have you ever tinkered with any AI in any way, shape, or form?
my people at my office actually use it a lot, mostly for mostly like formal stuff, kind of copywriting and things like that. ChatGPT.
Right. Yeah.
But I'm in art. I don't. I tried a few times with Mid Journey and Stable Diffusion. At one point, I think I still enjoy the drawing process a lot, right? So
Hmm.
between prompting and drawing, I end up still choosing to do the drawing uh, by my own. So, yeah, I don't really see it as a bad thing or anything, but just personally, I don't really get into it.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. No, it's not everybody's cup of tea for sure. Yeah, and you're definitely
Mhm.
your art definitely is you. Like you definitely, yeah. As you've said all this evening, with your connection with putting pen to paper, as we'd say, is definitely there. Like that's how you like to do it, or pen to tablet, I guess.
Yeah, I think that's like just because there's something easier, or maybe I don't really see it as easier. Also, prompting is not really easier for me compared to drawing, right?
Mm-hmm.
I actually chat about Pablo 5K about this. Like, man, he got frustrated because he kept prompting and he didn't get the result he wants, and he ended up drawing it, and it's done in like 15 minutes. Like for us, it's kind of something like that. So with prompting, it's not really that easier than drawing for us.
No, and and it's good to hear that from you because that's what I've said all along. Um, like of course, people are just there's a lot of people that are just regurgitating they're just puking out tons of ridiculous AI, but it's kind of toned down recently. But
Oh yeah.
the haters, the people that were like totally hating on it, they're like, well, you can just create this like in 2 seconds, da, 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 da. And I'm like, no, you need to try, because I've tried, and I can tell you what these people that are creating these amazing, beautiful pieces are not getting those like in 2 minutes. Like they're people that know how to prompt are have spent a lot of time trying to figure out how to manipulate those prompts correctly, right? Like it's not easy.
Yeah,
Like
to get what you want,
yeah,
like yeah, right. Also, some people likes the I'm not gonna not really randomness, but like the surprises that they got when they prompt.
yes,
That's what they like, right? But some people like my conversation with Pablo is like we already know what we want, which is why it kind of harder to be open minded about those surprises sometimes also, right? Because I can usually get this done by just drawing it myself like this, and kind of like a whole different process.
that's entertaining to hear that. It's like try to prompt. I can't get it to prompt it right. I can't get. Oh, fuck it. I'm just gonna draw it.
Yeah, it's like it's done in 15 minutes if you draw it.
Yeah, I don't think that's something we've heard yet.
Nope, but I like that. I'm sure there's been a few artists. We should probably start asking that question more. But yeah, we haven't heard that very often. But also too,
What's that?
you know, a lot of the artists that we do talk to who are big into AI aren't typically traditional artists either. So
Right.
that
Oh yeah,
That's
that's
kind of what I
I think
was
also
thinking.
there's also like a different kind of mindset in working on your art, like in working on your piece. Like
hmm,
I want it to be something surprising that I didn't expect, maybe, or maybe you get the prompt right at the first time, maybe. Also, when drawing, it's also like that. Sometimes you don't get what you want in 15 minutes, or like the straight 30 hours of painting end up in failure. In failure, also it's also possible in manual drawing. Right? But also when you got it right, then oh yeah, this is what I want. I didn't expect this, but it turned out like this, and I like it, and that's you wrap it up. I think it's the same but different process. Yeah,
hmm,
I know I've definitely been there where I've given up on an AI and started
Just made it
drawing.
yourself.
And started drawing because I was like, that's not happening. Photoshop has saved me. I can do some AI now and actually enjoy it. But Midjourney and all those whatever Disco Infusion or whatever it was called. I mean, I don't even know how people get anything out of that, especially if it has eyes. Forget it. Nothing I ever made had eyes, and if it did, they were the wackiest.
It's
I don't know. Maybe someone out there got a whole reverse experience. Like drawing for hours and then didn't get it, and then he goes prompting and oh yeah, this is what I want. It can also be like that.
yeah, yeah, no doubt, no doubt. Yeah, well, I mean, you look at the stuff that again, I'm sitting here staring at your pieces on my screen, and I'm just like, yeah, like this. You don't. The way you create things, the way you do things, I don't think it could be prompted that well. You definitely have that human touch to your stuff, for sure.
Yeah, yeah. Not
Yeah, you could.
something kind of like scribble thing, right? That's what I.
It's
I
it's your
like that you can see like pen weights in the line work and stuff in your work. Like it's very uh, personable, I guess. It's hand drawn.
Oh,
we got
Have you ever sold any of your stuff in infinite objects? Like I feel like your work would be great for an infinite object.
What's infinite object?
They're like the little singular video frames that hold like a single piece.
Oh no.
I got one sitting on my desk right now. Yeah, they're really.
I'm looking at one right now too.
They're really cool, and they definitely.
Within video thing.
Sorry, what was that?
Yeah, I'm looking at the website.
Oh, okay.
Actually, like infiniteobjects.com. The infiniteobjects.com?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, this is interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, no, I haven't done anything like this.
And I saw a couple pieces in your collection say commissioned. So you're open to commission work?
Yeah, mostly the commission ones from collectors, some big collectors, like you guys know Fat Boy?
No.
Doesn't ring a bell.
It's like he was like one of the biggest collectors on TES, I think, back then on hand. But he's actually like not really social guy, but he's still in my Discord, and I think he got like almost all of my works since way back then. Like this guy kept buying anything that pops up at hand actually. So back then we like always recognize his address, his wallet address, but we don't know who he is.
That's kind of cool.
Yes, so it was one of the guy that would you make me something that's specific like this? I want something with it's the Bastan piece, the crab one, the ninja crab piece. So it was like he asked me, and of course I will. Like you've been like collecting my works all the way since I started, so it's something that just definitely I'll be happy to do. And yeah, just made. So it usually goes like that. My commission pieces is like someone who's like been around a lot and usually known me for a while, and then like, hey, I want you to make this kind of like specific piece for me. And I usually
that's super cool. Like I mean, there's a lot of artists that just aren't even open to the idea of it. Like they're just like, no, I don't do commission work. Okay.
Sure. I see it as a good thing also, like because I like working on something that like trying to reinterpret something that other people give you. Like the tribute works I did, like for some other artists also, I kind of enjoy that part of looking at their works and like, oh, I like this part of his work and I want to do it or reimagine it in my way. It's like a process I also like, which also works with the commission because they like, I want something that have this kind of colors. I want something. So my one edition pieces in my another collection is called the Covenant. I usually do two pre-made pieces, so I made them and then I mint them and it goes to auction. But the third piece is usually a tailored piece, so they buy a burn token, a knife, a picture of a knife, and then if they buy it, they can burn it, and they can actually make a one edition commission piece in that collection. And I asked them to give me, so I became an AI generator at this point. I asked them for 5 keywords that they want for their piece, and then I work on those 5 keywords. There are some pieces. The Dread Pirate, Robert the Pirate with the cat and bunnies behind him. If you guys.
Yeah, I just saw
that
yeah.
one. Yeah, that's one of them, like the Taylor custom, like a commission piece also, but it's in a collection.
Yeah, the Dread Pirate Roberts.
Yeah.
So yeah, the one that always stands out to me is a Titan.
Yeah,
that piece always catches my eye when I scroll through your stuff.
It's a commission for Apple. Apple Cake is like also one of my biggest collectors.
Yeah. I'm trying to click on them, but Object is just shit the bed on me.
I just saw the Titan piece is also funny because I actually work on it and get paid with another piece. So Apple Cake is like a friend and a collector of mine, and he bought this piece from Pablo, and I didn't get one because it was sold out in primary, right? So he got it for like, I don't know, 50, 40 tests back then, I think. And then so I want to buy it from him, and he won't allow me. He's just not selling it, right? But then suddenly he came up to me, and if you make me a commission piece, I will give it to you, this piece. So I was like, it's a deal at this point. And the piece was a spider. It's the Arana is Hatifa Pablo thing. So because it's a spider, and so I made him a spider piece.
Oh, awesome.
That's cool.
That's fun. Malicious just popped up here. I got Malicious up here. How you doing, Malicious? How are you this evening? Hopefully you're staying warm.
It is freezing, but I am lovely.
Oh, Canada.
It's that styrofoam crunchy snow out there. You know it's cold when it starts to sound like styrofoam.
See, we've got light fluffy, that nice light fluffy soundproofing snow out there tonight.
Oh, that sounds nice. Yeah. But yeah, I'm doing well. I did want to ask TJ, while you're creating your work, do you sit in silence? Do you have a favorite type of music you listen to, or do you watch shows? What is your audio combination to your working process for your art?
Oh, that's an interesting question. I like white noise, I think. Like something, not necessarily the white noise like static noise or anything, but just some movies playing in the background, maybe. Usually it goes like that. I usually always have something going, like not in total silence. Yeah, some YouTube videos maybe, but it's playing in the background. I don't really pay attention to it, but it's rarely a music. I don't know how it affects.
That's interesting.
Rarely
interesting question. Why did you ask that?
Well, I tend to have I go in phases because I'm multidisciplinary, so I use different mediums all the time. And so like when I'm painting, generally I'm listening to either podcasts or music or spaces. When I'm drawing, I like to watch films. When there's like different, depending on the medium that I'm using or the subject matter that I'm working with, it will change. And so I was just wondering if you had a particular favorite that you like to go to when you're making yours.
Yeah, I think it's usually a movie or a series, but sometimes I just go skim through. Like I kind of get the story also about what I'm playing on the background, but that actually I consider it as like a white noise in the background, not something actually I pay attention to. Yeah, that's interesting. I just realized I never actually heard hearing music while working. I think music is too distracting for me. I will end up like singing along or dancing along with it. Yeah, it's something kind of like that.
That's interesting. We do actually ask that question quite often on here, but I think in this I was gonna say in this space tonight, I don't think it's ever really come round really music tie-in. So I'm glad that Mal asked that. Thanks, Mal.
Yeah, that's an interesting question.
I do think about listening to a lot of Tool when I view your pieces, though.
Oh, Tool. I like Tool.
I think they kind of fit hand in hand.
That's a compliment. Thank you. Yeah,
Oh, now
that's one of the band that I actually enjoy.
Cool. I mean, everybody's got a lot. You know, it's so funny. Tool, just a few weeks back, somebody came up to me and asked in the shop. They're like, "Is this still the same song from like a few minutes ago?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah." And they're like, "Who the hell is this?" And I'm like, "Oh, this is Tool. Like all their songs are like these big epic, you know." And he's like,
no, give it 10 more minutes. It'll be all right.
Yeah,
you're gonna dig it.
Well, it was funny because then he goes, "Well, I've never heard of Tool. Who the hell is Tool?" And I said, "Tool is the most unheard of mainstream band that there is." Like really.
Unheard of mainstream band. That's kind of like a.
Like it is. It's true. Like I mean,
it's true. It's a mainstream band. It's not like an indie band or something.
No, it's like you know,
it's a big band.
It's a band that has gotten massive by having barely any radio play in the world. But anyways, cool. Tool fans. There's always a Tool fan in the crowd somewhere. Always.
Tool is Tool.
Right. Or a Linkin Park fan, right, Mal? Or Mike Shinoda.
Oh, that's really like bring back memories. I think we're all around the same age too.
It came from a time of good music. There was that period. there used to be good music. Now there's still good music, but
yeah, still good.
There is.
There is. You just gotta spend like 8 hours letting Spotify suggest things to you.
See,
and
I don't
eventually you'll be like, oh, this is a gem.
See,
gotta save this one.
We used to have to spend 8 months listening to the radio to find something new, though.
Right?
Yeah.
True.
Like, oh, this is new.
And your tape recorder was never queued up at the right precise moment, or you were on the potty, or
right?
something else happened.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I'm gonna leave you on, but I'm gonna try to fall asleep again. Sorry. The morning comes a little early over here, but it was really good to catch up with y'all. And TJ, it was really good to get a chance to talk with you more. I haven't talked to you in a time.
Really. Happy birthday again.
Thank you, and thank you to everybody that picked up my birthday dragon NFT. I really appreciate that.
Heck yeah.
Happy birthday, Lily.
It's a pretty piece. 26 years old. Good night, Lily.
26. Oh, that's so much fun, wouldn't it?
Oh, okay. Sorry, 27. I forgot. Okay. All right, Lily. Well, I hope you have a good sleep.
Thanks for joining us, Lily. Happy birthday.
We love Lily. I even love it so much more that she can fall asleep to us. That's flattering. That's flattering to me. I mean, if she was falling asleep while she was talking to us, that would be a little bit concerning. But the fact that she, just lets it sit there, and why not? Tell a story. We're like that. What is that? What's that genre that they have? They have that genre.
ASMR.
No. The ones where it's just random stories that go nowhere, that do nothing.
Oh, I didn't know that was a whole genre.
Yeah, like it's crazy. Like there was one guy I was listening to a little bit. It was crazy because these stories, it sound like you swear to fuck that they're telling you a real legit story and it's going somewhere, but they don't. But you fall asleep to it, right? Because it's just this these ramblings that keep continuing on and on and on. You know, like the one day he's
Like
talking.
like Grandpa Simpson.
Yeah, kind of like that. Kind of like I get sometimes, just blabbing
We
away.
wore an onion on our belt because that was the style at the time.
Yeah.
What's the genre called?
I don't know. I'm
What's
trying
it
to
called?
I'm trying to remember what it's called because I was listening to them. It was a they were to help you fall asleep.
It might actually be called Grandpa Simpson, I would
It
imagine.
might be nannering, droning talk. No,
Yeah,
I don't know.
kind of like a droning song.
Yeah, no, they were really. I the thing with me is at first I was like, oh, these are kind of nice. These are all right. But then because I started actually listening to them, because my brain, like to shut my brain down at night is brutal. Like I have to gear down in steps because my brain just keeps going and going and going. And so I started like listening to these stories and go, wait a minute. And then I started to click in how they were just continuing on nothing, right? Like, yeah, let's talk about the weather outside today. Today was a really good day, you know, and I like the sky when it's blue and bluebirds fly through. Like, it just goes on like that. And then I started to really get into just listening to them because it was like, oh man, this is it's not really a story, but I'm so interested in just listening on how this person can continue on and still sound like they're telling like a legit story. It was, you know, and then I would stay up late. Didn't work.
Yeah, they didn't work.
Didn't work.
It's kind of like when you talk to a friend who stay over, and then you guys kind of like already in bed, and the room is dark, and then you guys keep on talking.
Yeah, yeah.
Either you fell asleep or you ended up, oh, it's already morning.
Oh shit, the sun's coming up. Fuck.
That's already rising.
Well, when I flew to Italy in October, um, a young lady was sitting in a seat next to me. Well, it was awesome. She had the window seat and I had the aisle seat, and then nobody sat between us, which is like a dream on an airplane, right? Like if you don't get all the seats, at least if you have a nice space, that's always good. But we got into talking and it was just like that. Like all of a sudden she looked at her watch and she says, "Do you know that we've been talking for 6 hours and 45 minutes?" And I'm like, "Oh my God." We need to go to sleep. She passed out and then like the sun started coming up and I'm like, "Oh fuck, I'm screwed. I'm staying awake." Okay. But anyway, yeah. Just like the old days, having a friend sleep over. Talk all night. Your mom's yelling downstairs, "Go to bed." Anyway, cool.
I imagine I'm imagining some battle when I need to go to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's this battle between these knights and these two knights, between these two knights, and this knight has this kind of armor and swords and powers and horse, while that the other one has this, and then they go to battle, and this one swings the first swing, and then so it goes like that, like rambling by myself about some battle. It's usually always battle between, I don't know, knights or maybe sometimes monsters. That's kind of a tip if you want to try, or maybe you'll end up in the morning.
Let's go with it.
TJ, I've got a if you're open to suggestions, I've got a suggestion for you. It's not necessarily like I don't have a commission idea kind of thing, but we do. There's a community in the Tezos that does horse trading, and when you were talking about that very first stereoscopic of a horse, I was just thinking how cool it would be to see your kind of rendition of what you think that would look like in your style in a modern day. So I'll just throw that idea out there for you if you want to use it in the future or whatever.
What is it called? The horse trading?
Oh yeah, so horse trading is a Tezos community that we do every like 3 months or so, where it's kind of like one like Tez for Tez or object for object, whatever it was, where we just trade pieces of horses. So you draw a horse piece and then you trade it out to a bunch of other different artists who give you their horse pieces.
Oh, this is what community? I mean, like, do I is there a Twitter account or anything?
It's just it's pretty much just a hashtag horse trading,
You should
there is
probably.
a chat
I,
channel.
I was gonna say maybe Willie, you should forward the chat to him after, throw it in the DM.
Yeah,
Yeah, I can add you to the chat channel. The Horse Art Horse Traders Association channel here.
Why are you
I,
trading horses?
I can add you to it if you're interested. Oh, you're already in? Oh wait, no, you're not. There you go.
It's
All right,
really
so
it's been so amazing. I've been involved in 2 rounds now, and it blows my mind. Number one, how many badass artists have jumped into this and taken a hold of it, and then the other thing that blows me away is all of the trading that goes, like, there's not a single dollar that's like, not a single Tez goes anywhere, but the volume of horses that get traded around is mind blowing. Like, it really makes me giggle when I look at it. It's fun as fuck.
Oh, really? Thank you for adding me to
It's
the
the
chat.
first. It was the first piece I had never minted before, and the first thing I ever minted was a horse piece that I created.
How does it work? I mean, like, how many editions and how do you
I mean,
trade it?
it's completely up to you, really. There's no like set rules or anything.
No. There's some people that
You know,
mint. There's some people that like mint 30 editions. There's some people that mint like, 30 editions of one horse, and then there's other people that mint like 5 different horses, and they do like different edition. There's nothing. There's no set rules. It's honestly truly just for fun, right? Like, it's no rules, no guidelines. Just got to be a horse.
So you
That's
make a horse, and then like, who wants to trade a horse with
yeah,
me? And then we
yeah,
trade
pretty much.
pieces.
yeah.
Ah,
It's
okay.
I've got
And you can,
So,
you can keep you can mint like 5 and keep them and be like, okay, well, I only want to trade if you have a horse, or you can mint
okay,
100 and trade with everybody you want to.
yeah.
okay.
It's totally up to you. And
It'll be fun.
so there's no.
I think the next one there, I was reading there yesterday. I was in the chat, and I think their Valentine's Day is when John and Tex were talking about firing it up again. So
Okay,
it,
I
it,
think we can. I
yeah,
think I need to see into it. Like, yeah, that's a real interesting idea with the
it's fun. I've got 2
horse
horse ideas. I
animation.
need to up my horse game, but I've done 2
I
horse.
just I just got to come up with one for the next round because I already owe some horses for the last round, so I just got to get in on it.
Good times, good times.
But yeah, I just when we were talking about that first stereoscopic piece, and I was like, oh, this would be so cool to kind of see your rendition of it.
Be interesting.
I can get stereoscopic. Like, the photo is a little stereoscopic. See? Yeah, but that's so Valentine's Day, it is, I think.
Yeah, that's when it's looking good to fire up. Well, we'll get if Willie sent you the link. If Willie sends you the link to be in the DMs, then
Yeah,
you can be in the chat
I'm
and,
in the
and decide for
Yeah,
you.
I added you to the chat. You can chat around in there and ask all the questions, and if it's not something you really want to do or be into, leave the chat, whatever.
It's all good.
No one's gonna
hmm
shame you or be mad at you.
Hell yeah, not in that group.
Just an idea, just a thought I figured I'd throw at you.
Yeah,
I'll definitely went into it.
cool.
Go with it.
Well, I think we're getting
I
down.
never been. I haven't been anything this year.
You haven't done any events?
I haven't done any this year. I haven't been anything. There's
Oh,
a bit on the way. It hasn't been done yet.
Where's the I know I see you have a Discord too, so where's the best place to follow along with like the seasons of the tarot cards and make sure that we're up to date? Is it Twitter? Is it your Discord? Is it
Oh,
like
I actually I think I'm going to like post the new, like, the whole collection in a kind of like a diagram in a few days. I'll send it to you later. The post the image.
okay?
But yeah, in the Discord you can, yeah, I have the whole links and collection also in the Discord channel, in my
I
Discord
just
server.
I want to know how to I want to know like the best place to be ahead of the drops so that I can
Oh,
collect full
I
sets.
always announce it on the Discord, but also on Twitter. Both
Okay.
actually is pretty good. But in Discord, you just can like check out from time to time, right? in the Twitter. That's usually, I don't know. Twitter is just weird now. The whole algorithm.
Yeah.
Yeah, or lack of algorithm.
Yeah.
Or lack of algorithm. Yeah.
Oh, it's horrible. Yeah, maybe it's time for me to add a Discord again.
Oh, I'm always on Discord because I work from home, right? So Discord is kind of like where I also do like talking with the team
Oh,
in the
cool.
office.
You use that work in a work environment too. That's kind of interesting.
Yeah, because it's one of the work I mean is like development, game studio development, but like some of them are in different cities. Also, someone like me who works at home, so we just kind of like coordinate in Discord in the whole circle. So pretty much always on.
That's Discord is a real life tool. Who would have thought? Hey,
Who would have thought, man? Also good for playing games with
right?
your friends.
Yes, that too. Jay and I were up late the other night playing mini golf.
I've been playing Battlefield this day.
Battlefield.
Yeah, Battlefield 1, the World War One. And
Oh, old school. The last one I was playing was pretty old too. I was playing like 3 or 4.
Oh,
months
that's
ago.
even more actual. Battlefield 1 was actually newer.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's after the 4. So it's called 1 because it's about World War 1.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
So they kind of like reboot the whole thing.
Shows how much I know about video games and Battlefield.
If it was Zelda. Cool.
Oh yeah, I know some Zeldas.
Well, I think we're at the point in time. Definitely, TJ, if you gotta take off and get to work there, you said you were busy at noon. By all means, if you gotta bow out and head out, you can definitely do so. We know you got real life stuff that you have to do. We can respect that.
I think I'm gonna bail out at 12, like about 5 minutes. You guys still going? Are you still going? How long are you still?
Oh, we'll just usually chat for a little bit, for a short period of time. We used to go for like 5 hours, and then
Whoa.
yeah, quite often.
That's
actually.
that's why you don't sleep, man.
Well, yeah. If you well, I mean, we only do it on Tuesdays, right? Like, I mean, it's not like I'm doing this every day. But yeah, no, yeah, most of our spaces. And I mean, if the artist doesn't have to be anywhere and wants to hang out and talk for 5 hours, we'll talk for 5 hours. I mean, that's the 5 hours is the hard cutoff, because I do have to wake up in the I do have to wake up in the morning, and 5 hours that means it's midnight for me, and I have to get up at 6. So get a few hours of sleep. Although usually those nights too, we'll talk for 5 hours, and then Willie and I will be buzzing from excitement from having such a great space, and then we'll call each other, and then we'll fucking talk for another hour.
Yeah.
Or 2. It's happened. I think the latest we went was 2:30 in the morning for me.
I mean, yeah, but by all means, if you don't have anything to do and you want to geek out about some video games, let's get into it. We don't throw anybody out by any stretch of the word.
Then he's messaging us tomorrow. I got fired, guys.
Yeah, I have to go like about in a few minutes, because in a couple of minutes now, because I have to get to lunch, and then I think I have to start. I have some meetings at 1.
Right, cool.
So yeah.
So when do you think we can expect something new from you?
Okay. I'm planning to get this new piece done like about next week actually. So I have to win something within this month, because you haven't been anything, like, and this piece is already takes too long. I was having a Christmas break and New Year, and so just got jumped back into it, and I think it's gonna be around next week. I think. Hey, thank you for joining the Discord also, really.
Oh yeah, I want to make sure that I got the most up to date information.
Mm-hmm. my stuff usually doesn't. I don't know. Doesn't sell that fast these days. Doesn't sell out or anything like that. So yeah, I think there'll always be something available, and I'll announce it on Discord and maybe some kind of like usually raffles if the pre-sale goes well. But if it's not, then I'm gonna just list the remaining pieces on primary.
Well, I'm excited to start collecting. I still haven't bought a piece yet. I'm still trying to figure out what to buy here, but I'm sure by the time I go to bed tonight, I'll have my first TJ piece in my collection. It's so hard to pick.
And thank you for inviting me. Yeah, it's been like what 3 hours now. We also have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Time flies when you're having fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Thank you for coming and hanging out with us, and let us get to know you and just spend time.
My pleasure, man.
We appreciate the time that you're able to give us. So.
Man, you made Willie so damn happy by being on tonight. He was free.
We're just having a great start to the year, man.
Yeah, we've had a lot of great people on for sure. This has been a banger of a January, man. Willie he was fanboying like literally just before this space. He's like, dude, I'm freaking out. Like, I hope you're ready to like host this because like I'm freaking out. I'm fanboying.
Like, I don't have any questions. My question is how do you do it? that was my only question I had coming into the night. So
it's a pleasure. I also subscribe to your guys. I also haven't been around much here because of like I said the time zone, right? Like I'm not gonna be on any kind of thing at 9 a.m. in the morning. So it's nice to know that you guys have this YouTube and I can just watch all the old ones.
Fair enough. Maybe we can be your background white noise.
Oh yeah, that's totally possible. Another one to listen to.
Who do we Paldi is another person, another artist that usually wakes up and drinks coffee while we chat in the background. It's cool.
Me and Paldi actually in the same city.
Oh, are you really? Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
see. I was gonna ask if you knew him, but then I was like, well, that just sounds like you're the only few people from Indonesia that you know.
Yeah, of course I do. Oh yeah, there were a lot of us back then, but not that many anymore. I think there's no.
Everybody pulls that off with Canada too. I tell people I'm from Canada. They're like, "Oh, do you know Bob in Toronto?" No, I don't fucking know Bob in Toronto.
Yeah, it's only 14 hours away by plane.
14.
By plane.
That's good. I thought you were gonna say driving, and I was gonna say try 24, but
yeah
no. By plane. Well, we don't take a plane, man. We fly a goose, Canada Goose.
Or ride a moose.
Yeah, that's right. Mal up in Mal's area there. She probably rides a lot of moose up there. I don't have a moose. I got a couple Canadian geese and a polar bear that I rip around on. That's
husky with sled.
Yeah.
Sled.
I keep penguins out in the backyard. Shit. It's funny because it's almost true. No. No, for sure. No, this has been a great conversation. Oh, Lombrill popped in tonight. Thanks for popping in.
Hello, Brill.
Another
fact. Also for another Indonesian artist.
Yes. I'm a big collector. I try to collect as much of those as I can. I really enjoy, when we host these spaces, I totally dig looking out into the audience and seeing the people that pop in. Like I fanboy out too. I mean, Willie's had me do that to him as well, where like just before a show, I'm like, oh my fucking God, I don't even know what I'm going to say. Willie.
That's why there's two of us.
That's right. That's why there's two of us. One of us has got to be able to unroll their tongue to talk at some point in time.
Yeah.
Right.
I would love to have Lombrill on too.
Totally.
I don't know why we're not already in his DMs.
Well,
or their DMs. I don't know.
Get into.
Gotta get on it. We got all kinds of people we have to have on. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be a good year, 2024.
There's always be people together, like a lot of people come and go in the space. It's just
Absolutely.
so interesting.
Willie, which one should I buy? Should I pick up Brain Damage or should I pick up the Flux Tribute?
Ooh, I like the Flux tribute, but I was probably gonna gun for that later too.
Okay, well then
So
I'm gonna get Brain Damage in the wallet because that's the first one that I wanted anyways. So
what's brain damage?
Thanks a lot, man.
Trying to find that.
I think that's also like the one that you put in the poster for the space.
yeah, I did.
Like,
I did. It was
yeah, it's cool.
yeah, it was one of the very first ones. And is this off primary or is this a secondary one? This is still primary?
This is secondary.
Oh, it's a secondary, yeah, right. Big money.
Yeah, that's a cool piece.
Oh fuck! Of course I'm not signed in with the right. Oh Jesus. Man.
I think I gotta leave
All right.
now,
Yeah.
guys. Thank you so much. Been a pleasure. Nice talk.
It's
Yeah,
been
thank you. Like we said at the top of the space too. If you ever need to or want to come on and just you know tell us
For
about
sure.
something that's going on or whatever, by all means,
Sure.
pop in and say
Yeah.
hi.
So it's every Tuesday, right? Every
Yep.
Tuesday for you, Wednesday morning for me.
Yeah.
When I'm free, I'll just jump in.
pop in. Have us in the background. Let us be white noise for you. For sure, my man. Yeah, thank you very much for coming. Really appreciate talking with you tonight, and it was really cool to get some insight into how you do things and why you do things, and it's just been really killer to talk with you and to hear a voice behind this wonderful art that I've just discovered in the last couple weeks.
Thank you. My pleasure.
Hey, you're welcome.
Been an honor. And then also like thank you to everyone here who came by. And I think Lily is already in her dream world. And have a good night and a good rest. Okay.
You too. Have a good rest of your day.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have a long day today.
Well, at least it started off good.
Nice stuff.
Cheers, buddy.
Thanks. I'm gonna leave the space now. See you
Ciao.
around.
You bet. We'll
Thank
be in the Discord.
Good night.
Good. It's always so It's so weird to think about, people in other places in the world, right? Like we're always so centralized on ourselves, but not realizing that it's morning somewhere else. It's afternoon somewhere else.
I think me and you do a pretty good job of understanding that. All the different people we've talked to. And knowing that they're in different parts of the world, and it's morning. It's morning in Ireland, and it's afternoon in Australia, things like that, right? Like from doing the space, we've got a pretty good idea about that.
Honestly, yeah, I would say I definitely have better grasp on it for sure.
But before doing this space, yeah, I had, never. I'm like, oh God, the East Coast of America, and they're stupid wanting to be the main time frame of everything. I'm like, no, screw you. I'm on the West Coast.
West Coast, yo, West Coast. Fendel's down there like, yeah, West Coast. He's probably dropping some W's right now. Wow, totally. New York does not. East Coast does not have to be how it is. I liked it when we went to Miami because when everybody was tuckered out at night, you and I were like, oh shit, dude, it's only midnight.
Yeah.
It's only midnight. We got time. But then the next morning it was like, people are ringing.
It's like, it's 3 in the morning. You're like, 3? So it feels like midnight.
It's midnight. And then the next morning you got Butternut calling me up. Hey man, you ready to go? Like, I'm going to go walk around. You got to come walk around? I'm like, fuck off, man. It's like 5 in the morning. Go away.
Yeah. I'll try to do some morning time shit.
That was a good conversation. Willie, I am so happy that you reached out and got him on and got to open my eyes to this wonderful art. This stuff is awesome. It really would be good like in a Halloween kind of setting too. Like if you had in a haunted house, if you had like a glow kind of room, some of his pieces would work good in there.
You need his blacks are very black.
Mm-hmm.
His dark spots are very dark, so you'd really need like a really good projector if you were going to try to project it, something that can really hit those blacks
Yeah, yeah, you want those
and accentuate the bright colors, right?
for sure. Yeah, no, I agree. It's well, and I mean, more modern day projectors are really starting to go that way, anyways, right? It's the older ones where the blacks are more like gray. But okay, I gotta suck.
Yeah, I mean, but there's still like, if you still had like a cheap TV,
Yeah.
say a $200 Vizio or something, and you try to put it up on there, like you're not
Whoa,
going to get
whoa,
quite the same. Like you probably get a better effect on your phone
it's pretty. That's.
because your phone's got such dark blacks.
Are you hacking on Vizios, man? No, just kidding. Just kidding.
Maybe.
Just kidding, Willie. I was kidding, Willie. Just kidding. All right, I'm going to try to sign on with a WX8BK account here so that I can purchase Brain Damage, so that I can have my first piece of Chino's art. Chino's. So weird. I always find that, like, when I go to Europe or you go to Italy, I go, okay, I can get around relatively okay because you can look at signs and kind of make heads or tails out of stuff, right? But it's like thinking about going to some of these other countries, like China is a really good example, or Japan, where it's like you could look at signs all day long and never fucking know at all what is being said, right? But just, and then the way things are spelt, like, TJHINOZ is how we've been calling it for the last few weeks. And here we go. No, it's Chinos. Because,
Which does make more sense when you look at his actual Twitter handle.
Why is that?
It's spelled more phonetically. It's like Richino.
I didn't ask him
Right.
about that. I was gonna say I thought that was.
But it's kind of more in line.
Yeah, fair enough.
Right.
I see what you're saying there. Okay.
I think. I don't know.
Okay, I'm gonna concentrate here. I'm gonna buy this piece, man. I'm gonna buy this piece.
I was just wishing Lombro would have stayed in for a little bit so we could bully him into coming on the show.
Right? Or her. We don't know.
Or her, yeah.
Or them. They. Yeah. We don't know.
You gotta dive into the DM.
Gotta. I've been finding that ever more difficult these days. Never getting answers back is what bothers me at all. But sorry, I shouldn't say that it bothers me because that's not very fair, because there's a lot of people that have a lot of shit going on in their DMs, and their DMs can be a fucking complete disaster. So I can't really say that. But I've thrown a lot of feelers out in the last few weeks and not heard a single thing back. And I've even hit people up on Twitter too, like tagging them and going, "Hey." And then all of a sudden I'm blocked and they don't want to talk. No, just kidding. But people are busy, and I can never get upset for somebody not answering me back or what have you. And sometimes there's misunderstandings. I mean, look how long we were trying to get Fendel on, and
yeah,
it all turned out that he was in school, and it just so happened that it was on Tuesday nights. And then I think it was Flex that DM'd him and said, "These guys want you," and then he's like, "Oh my God." And now Fendel has been a wonderful, beautiful addition to our family here at WX8BK and hanging out in the audience. Played the saxophone for us a couple times, yeah. Holy fuck, this new object, man. Okay, so whatever. It is maximized for Windows, and it pisses me off, because I'll tell you what, it doesn't fucking run well on anything that I own.
On my 1 megabyte per second internet connection, it took an hour to load the front page on my computer.
It did, hey? That's no good.
How are you only running 1 megabyte?
With tears in my eyes.
How do you? Yeah, I was gonna say, my
fair answer.
Holy shit, Mal! Like that must drive you nuts.
Yeah, it's brutal.
Are you
I'm
like?
hoping I can get something better, but I've been trying for years.
Are you
every
like?
time they're like, yeah, sure, and then they show up and they're like, actually, we can't. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Are you kind of like out in the middle of nowhere that's all it's available?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember in Canada we were all out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
That's just Lily that thinks that.
Yeah, I know. It's funny. So are
I'm
you,
like I'm
Mal?
like over a kilometer away from the closest relay, and the lines were laid in the 80s, so they're just you can imagine. They're
So
not
are you like
the
cable
best.
modem, or are you like still dial up?
It's telephone line.
It
There's
is,
no
hey?
cable.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, yeah. So it's DSL. It's not fiber.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were just digging up the ground around our city here, putting in the fiber optics now. But see, they can't even really do that up there either, right? Like they have problems digging that shit in up, like,
Mhm.
because it's all rocky up there.
Yeah.
You got natural gas.
Rocks and trees and trees and rocks.
You got natural gas and a little bit of water in there too. And
Mhm.
you got you have natural gas or you propane?
Propane.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hey, that's what I figured. That's where a lot of the I worked at a manufacturer for years, and we built propane trucks and like the big tanks that you have out behind your house and stuff like that. And
Mhm.
that's where it either all went to British Columbia or it was all going out to Ontario. Like that's just where the stuff
Mhm.
that's where the stuff went because very difficult to put that natural gas infrastructure out there. Too much rock. I mean, they can do it, but it comes at a great
Yeah.
cost. Great cost,
It's
right?
it's rock and then swamp. So it's like both options are terrible when
Right?
you're trying to lay infrastructure.
Terrible. Damn it.
So. Mhm.
Come up with a. What about that Elon Musk one? The frickin' that thing. It's expensive, isn't it?
It's a 5-year wait for me.
Is it?
Yeah.
Holy goodness.
Yeah.
I like how I said holy goodness there. That was like a wholesome Canadian thing. I should have said holy shit.
Yeah. We're on Canadian time.
Right? It's, it's something that, when it kind of brings up an interesting point because when a lot of, there's lots of people that live in the big cities, the hustle bustle, they're like, yeah, no, fuck this. I'm going to buy some property up north and I'm going to move up there.
Oh no.
And then they,
They leave real fast.
yeah. And then they realize they're like, for you, like not having shitty internet for you must be very frustrating. Like
It is.
that's
It is.
got to be freaking painful.
What I'm able to do on 1 megabyte per second is pretty awesome, but like once
It,
the fiber is laid, I will take over the world.
is is that why you can't code though? Like,
Yeah. Actually, I'm gonna be doing coding lessons this year. I'm gonna learn Python.
Nice.
So, yeah, I'm gonna start with Python and then work my way out from there.
Yeah, Python, Willie. That's what you need to work. That's what for Raspberry Pis you can. I think Python's one of the big coding.
yeah,
Mhm.
I think it's kind of a specialized Python, but from what I know about Python is it's real simple and it's pretty universal. So even if it is
Mhm.
kind of specialized for Raspberry Pi, it's just a couple things that are probably different.
Basic. I remember back in the days, basic programming in basic.
Mm.
It was so Cro-Magnon when I think back to it. It was Cro-Magnon back in
And
the 80s.
I learned C++ back in the day
Oh yeah.
and HTML, but because I haven't done it in an age, I've forgotten it. It's like a language.
Do
Oh
they?
yeah, I built an Angel Fire website, all HTML.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah.
Mhm. Mhm.
Then they started with CSS, and I'm like, I'm out. I got to do design work too. Nah, I ain't doing that.
The shitty back
I
in
can't
the
art.
back in the early days of the internet, it was so frustrating because you had to keep changing and learning. Like you just like, oh, I just learned how to do this, and it's like, yeah, well, we don't use that anymore.
Oh, you
Fuck.
still do.
Mhm.
Like Flash, like when I learned Flash, I had just learned Flash and I got comfortable with it. I'm like, yeah, here we go. And then they're like, yeah, we don't use Flash anymore. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, it's still like that though.
It is. I don't know. It's a
There's still
little
always
bit
some
more.
new language that's
It's a little
popping
bit.
up and
But now it's
trying
like
to
it
take
should.
over.
Now it's like it should be. It's a little bit more point and click, right? Drag and drop. That's the way. That's the way fucking everything should be. Drag and drop. Man.
WYSIWYG.
Yeah. Exactly. WYSIWYG. That's something I haven't heard in a long time.
It's not something anybody ever says
Right?
out loud.
Oh, I just noticed. Did you know? I don't know if anybody looked in their wallet or who got involved with it, but we got some Venn token in our wallets now.
Oh, did
Oh,
we?
very cool.
Maybe I didn't.
I got 2,500 in the bits account, and the WX8BK account has 5,000 vend. Ooh,
Damn.
that's big bucks, man. Big bucks.
Yeah, I don't think I got any.
No,
I didn't get my notice.
well that's unfortunate. There's vend in the future. It's gonna be big. Gonna be huge. I don't know. I did it because it's Flex and it's a vending machine, man. Can't go wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Can't go wrong.
Yeah.
Ho-
I got some money tokens the last couple of weeks.
There's a lot of tokens
Some of
floating
them
around.
Yeah, they're just floating around, which is great. It's something hopeful in my mind.
What is that? What is
What?
What is a money token?
Say what?
Like the meme tokens, you got your vend, you got your what have I got? I got trash, I got pole,
I'm just seeing I just got some poll, which apparently Paul, who is a ghost, sent me. I'm not really sure why, but thank you.
for the what the fuck game show is this? Speaking of which, Bits, you gotta check your DMs from me when you get a minute after. But
I'm so fucking terrible with that shit.
talk about busy DM. Yeah, I got some scratch token. What else did I get? I got
Are we still doing
rug
trash?
token.
Is trash still a thing? That's still a thing, right?
Trash is still a thing,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, because you can use
Taya, I've got Taya tokens.
Because you can use trash. You could use. You remember everybody was buying trash art with trash, just recently. Oh, and
Have
yes,
you guys been
and yes,
staking
Mal,
your tokens?
and yes, Mal, I did jump in on the. I answered you back already, so I am in. I am in on the sheet, on the doc.
You know what? Nobody wants to know about this goddamn what the fuck game show
Just
anymore,
shut up.
all right?
Just shut up, Willie.
Nobody wants to know anymore.
Dude.
We love you too, Willie.
Dude,
he says in jealous rage.
It was so fucked up because the next day, whatever, like trying to keep up in that what the fuck game show DM was like killing me because most of it was just, I mean, most of it's just a lot of banter going on, which is some of it is quite entertaining for sure, but like to actually like weed out what you need to know. And then it was funny because Paul had released the list and he's like, okay, well, we're still looking for, you know, the we need to get rid of 10. We need to get rid of 10. And I'm like, I thought I answered one more question than Willie did. And I'm like, check again, Paul. And he's like, nope. And I'm like, fuck. So then I discovered, I was like, oh, well, just go through the feeds and just answer the question with everybody else's answer.
Oh, apparently there were fake answers though.
That's yes. And when I started out,
and then there were people answering into his DMs, and I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
I thought I mean, all right.
Well, initially,
I just put my answers out there. I guess I shouldn't have done that either.
Initially, that was the thing, is that I went to that and I wasn't going to just copy whatever everybody else said because I was like, no, maybe maybe people are ganging up and just going to be buggers about this. So
I definitely do my research.
So I was doing my research.
Flat copy.
Like the first 4 questions, like I was like, I messaged you and I'm like, man, my eyes are fucking burning. Like I can't stare at object anymore. I can't, like I'm fucking trying to find all of this. It was killing me, man. And then that morning I was like, okay, fine. So then I went, and then I'm like, oh shit, I'm screwing Willie with this here. And I was about to message you, and just when I was about to message you, that was when Paul fucking went, all right, we finished. And I'm like, oh shit.
That's all good.
I love you.
I didn't have much time for that. Paul messaged me and was like, hey, you haven't answered any of these questions. I'm like, I've answered at least 2.
I was the same.
Not knowing there were 10 or 15 out there.
I was the same.
And I was like, oh, I better start answering these.
I got the same message from Paul. He's like, dude, are you even into this anymore? And I'm like, oh fuck, I forgot all about this. Yeah, if that was it was the one. I don't know, that round just didn't. I mean, obviously, it weeded out a bunch of people, but like it was just that round was stressful to me for some reason. I don't know. If it wasn't for copying people's answers, I wouldn't have gotten any further.
Yeah, I think there was maybe only 2 answers that I like knew off the bat, and the rest of them I'm like I think I know where to research it at least. Let me look it up. But yeah, almost every answer I had
Shit.
to look up, and some of them I couldn't even find an answer for.
Even when you Google stuff these days, you got to question what the fucking answer is coming back up from your Google.
Yeah. No, it's a cool little project he's doing there, and like it's a fun little thing.
It is,
and it's a short term thing, so you know.
His mind.
Yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with it.
His mind actually, Willie. His mind. His mind reminds me a lot of yours. Just the way the gears turn to things, like he's very similar thinking to you.
He just knows how to actually execute though, and like has the time or puts in the time to be like, yeah, let's do this.
Yeah.
I'm like, here's an idea, you do it.
Here's an idea. I'm taking the kids to baseball. You do it.
Yeah, you do it.
Cool, man. Well, I think we'll fucking shut her down in about 6 minutes here. I think it's a good, healthy spot to be in the show. Anybody else has got anything they want to say, they want to chat about, feel free. Now's the time.
Well, speaking of ideas that I want you to do,
yeah,
we are getting very close to launching our artist collab project. So it should be here very, very soon. And if you are an artist that we have talked to and you think you want to be involved, then let us know. And if you're just a collector and want to collect, then stay tuned.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. I'm excited that we're finally doing something like this.
Yeah, I think it's going to be cool.
I'm excited to collect. Honestly.
Right? I am too.
Right? Just to have one of your favorite artists whip something up for you, like that's dope. Well, I mean, hell, just look at my PFP for God's sakes. Psh. It's goddamn Mike Nash right there. It's a one of one.
Which actually, shout out Mike Nash. I just got dropped something in my wallet from him.
What'd he drop you? Oh, the
beef stroganoff. I'm just looking at the wallet. I got
the beef stroganoff bomb.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a great piece. I think it's neat. Okay, I finally signed in. I'm gonna buy this fucking piece of art now. Oh my God, this has just been so painful.
It's an ordeal.
Oh, it's killing me. I'm gonna switch to Taya.
Oh yeah, I have an interview on Thursday.
Oh.
For my participation in a curation called Throwing Digital Bricks, Queer Resistance. So I get to talk for half an hour about my art practice. And that's going to be fun.
Cool. Throwing Digital Bricks. I like that. It's a good title. Cool. Good view. An interview. Oh my God! This fucking killing object.
I'm a little confused on the queer resistance. Is it like we're queer and we are the resistance?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like queer resistance to cultural erasure.
Cool.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure I was understanding it correctly.
I'll see if I can find the post.
Who the hell were we? What art was I buying? Does anybody oh, never mind. I'll find it.
Brain damage.
So, yeah, while we're doing this, also next week, we're going to be having, holy fuck, why is it eluding me? Mikey Wilson. Mikey De La Creme is going to be our guest next week. So definitely pop in on the night train next week, folks. 9 p.m. Eastern is when we are here every Tuesday talking to artists about the art and the journey and everything in between. Sometimes it's the in-between that becomes awesome. You know what was really cool? I don't think we ever touched on it in any of these spaces recently was the the Tes nouns being the default graphic on object now instead of the kitty cat faces. I think that's pretty badass. And that just popped into my head because I just went back to Chino's page, and he's got like this Hershey Kiss looking scorpion kind of head thing on his. I don't even know what it is, but yeah.
Yeah, I kind of had mixed feelings about that.
Why is that?
And maybe it's because I own a couple Tes nouns, right? And like I'm like, oh well, like you're obviously pulling from other people's wallets on those. Like where like
Is he?
you gotta imagine because they're all sold, aren't they? I'm pretty sure they are. So I'm just thinking like, okay, who has their PFP as one of my owned Tes nouns? I think it's great for the Tes nouns and for Plexaurus Rex. Don't get me wrong there, but like I said, I was kind of mixed feelings on it.
I never thought about that. That it
And
was
it's definitely cooler than the random cats that weren't actually
random.
a Tes thing, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't.
So,
I didn't really care about the cats. But I've changed my PFP on mine. So, I mean, really, you should be changing your PFP anyways, folks. That's just.
see, but now I also can't change it to one of my Tes nouns either because that just looks like it's a random, not changed.
But come on.
There's a lot of ways to kind of look at this. I don't know.
As if you were going to change it to a Tes noun.
That was my first thought, actually, was, oh, let me put up one of my Tes nouns because they're Tes nouns. But then I was like, well, then then that's not distinguishing me from a crowd. I don't know. So, just mixed feelings.
Okay.
Nothing bad.
No,
but nothing great.
And that's what we're here to talk about things, Willie.
Yeah.
The HR department even came in. Maybe you can talk to her after about it.
She doesn't care about that.
I know. It's the kind of the joke.
She supports though. So we appreciate that.
She's like, if we're going to Miami to party, I'm in. But other than that,
yeah.
Okay, confirming purchase. Let's see. Oh my God. Oh fuck! It might have actually worked. Thank God. That was a painful. That 12 Tes purchase seems like it cost me 1,000 Tes now. Just because
it took so long.
Just in anguish. Yeah. Yep. 100%. Alrighty. Well, folks, I think this is where we're going to end it. And we're going to shut her down. We had a really great night tonight. Had a good chat with. We'll just call him TJHINOZ because that's what we've been calling him for weeks now. Chinos. It was fantastic. Learned about the art process there. That was amazing. This art is great. Like it's just really cool to look at. And like Willie said, you end up spending a lot of time looking at it because it is so interesting. I found that really cool that he really does do it two-dimensional. Like I kind of thought he was creating it 3D for a little bit, but then when I look at it, it's like that would be a lot of freaking work, man. So, but it was really badass. Next week, as I said, we have Mikey Wilson going to be our guest. Should be a really great space. There's a good story to be heard there and a lot of chatter that we want to hear. So make sure you come and join us for that. Willie, you got any closing thoughts, remarks? Thank God I just bought Brain Damage. Hallelujah. Sorry, Willie, you got any closing remarks?
Victory.
Yeah.
No, I just picked up Willie's birthday piece. So, just happy birthday to Lily. And yeah, it's a great night.
Absolutely.
Looking forward to the rest of the year still.
And Mal, thank you for being here tonight. Thank you for I saw you put in the information for what's his face's book there.
Edward.
Mindbridge.
Yeah, there's a film. It's a Canadian film, so you might be interested.
Oh shit! Look at
called
that.
Edward, and it is very good. I highly recommend it. It's one of my favorite films of all time. And yeah.
Cool.
Always happy to add in info when I can.
Absolutely, and I do appreciate that. You've helped us come up with answers a couple times in the space, and do appreciate that.
And keeping us on track, and
coming up and asking.
Appreciate you being around.
Coming asking some good questions. Oh,
Yeah.
look, and Lombrill wrote choo choo and put my little coffee train in the comments. I love that. I love the coffee train, man. I think people really appreciate seeing the coffee train in the GMs. It's so hard to get the GMs out in the morning, man. There's a lot of GMs to go around, so if you don't get a GM from me every morning or not so often, it's because it's tough. I try to spread the GM coffee train around to everybody, but sometimes we run out of coffee before it gets to your neck of the woods. Hopefully, it starts off in your neck of the woods the next time. That's all there is to it. But thanks, Juliet, for popping in. Fendel, thank you, my man. Fendel, we got to hear your voice soon, man. We haven't heard you in a little bit long time, but got to pop up one of these nights again because it's just not the same sometimes, you know. Jay, thank you for being here. Lily White, I hope you're sleeping and having good dreams about scary monsters that Chino's made. We'll be here next week. We're here every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern on the night train. Train's coming back into the station. Make sure you take all your belongings with you when you disembark. And we will see you next week, 9 p.m. Eastern, with Mikey De La Creme. Take care of yourselves and take care of each other. Going to close it out with another Jay Byrne tune tonight because that's just the kind of mood I'm in. Good night, everybody.
She's in my thoughts, she's in my brain, she's in my heart, she's in my way, she's in my thoughts, she's in my brain, she's in my heart, she's in the way, she's in my thoughts, she's in my brain, she's in my heart, she's in the way, she's in my thoughts, she's in my brain, she's in my heart, she's in the way. I never felt like this before, this before, this before. I never felt like this before, this before, this before. I never felt like this before, this before, this before. I never felt like this before. Inside of her arms is my favorite place. Inside of my arms is where she feels safe. I can't believe all the things that we made. You make me smile everything that you say. You got me asking how much can I take. All of this love makes me feel like I'll break, but this is something I don't want to escape. You have my faith, I want you to stay. She's in my thoughts, she's in my brain, she's in my heart, she's in my way, she's in my thoughts, she's in my brain, she's in my heart, she's in the way. I never felt like this before, this before, this before. I never felt like this before, this before, this before. I never felt like this before, this before, this before. I never felt like this before.
Good night.